Welcome everyone to Raina's Kingdoms September 2025 Fearless No Ban Tournament. I am excited to be here. My name is Orbital, and I have been one of the hosts, TOs, and one of the casters that'll be gracing this weekend. It is going to be a 2-day event. Hopefully it's a lot of fun, and hopefully it's very enjoyable to everyone involved. We have 8 amazing teams that have been captains as well as drafted in. So 8 teams, 40 amazing players joining on in, and a whole lot of fun. To go ahead and break it down a little bit, we have today a group stage into single elimination bracket. With Fearless in order means that we are seeing unique champions pretty much every single time as well. This does mean that a lot of the champions that a lot of these players like to play will only be a one-use ticket. Now, because of that, though, because it's Raina's tournament, there's a lot of fun to be had about it, which means we have 0 bans. You heard that right, through the group stage and through the single elimination bracket. There are 0 bans. That means all champions are on the table as long as they have not been played in the game itself. I'll continue to go over this during the bracket as well, and it'll be a treat and a half. At the current moment, though, I believe all the players are getting into lobby, so that is going to be the treat. Hopefully y'all enjoy, and to all that are tuning in right now, please keep in mind there are going to be streams running of all the players as well. Just to give you a little bit of an idea who is playing and who is joining on in, let me pull up some of the players. I'm going to run through them as quickly as possible, and pray I can get through them all in one breath, because it is a lot of amazing players. So those tuning in, obviously you might be joining in because, hey, you know some of the players, but running down the list on Team Chen Chen, it is Chen Chen, Alonzo, Retired Claude, L9 Rondon, and Turtle Epic. On Team Booty Slapper, it is Booty Slapper, Dave Mon, Starved Child, which is Mitarima, Barrel Blaster, and Gooby. Third team we have is Max or Team Arya, who is the captain of the previous tournaments winning. It is Arya, Jamek, and Banana, Kraus Salad, Ike, and Mac. We have Team Kitsuo, which is Candyman, Kitsuo, Topo, Lemon, Arepi, and Shep GG. Then we have Team Faj. We have Faj, Billy, Colby, Slimy Germ, which is Crazy Kennedy, and Yulu. And then we have Team Levitate, which is Levitate, Windows, I'm Choi, Truck Driver, and Jerry Banana. And then we have Team Alorm, which is Alorm, Yozu, Kev, Projeki, as well as Verticality. Lastly, we have Team Cupic, which is Cupic, Discord Kitten, which is White Snow, Biostir, Grimmy, and Lucky Fam. That is 8 teams, 40 amazing players, and it's going to be a treat. Once again, big shout out, though, to the amazing host, sponsor, and all that fun, which is Raina. Normally, Raina is actually playing these tournaments, however, she is busy. So if you like what you see here, if you enjoy the tournament that will be going on, please go ahead, give love to her. Her socials, she is awesome in even sponsoring this tournament and giving a space for her community to come together, play, and have a lot of fun. So we'll be enjoying our time here. Once again, though, if you want to, go ahead, go through Twitch, try and sort through. I think next time I'll have a list of all the other streams going on, and that way, if they want, if you guys want to go ahead and check out the actual POVs, it'll be a lot of fun as well. So yeah, we'll have time. I believe we are just waiting for some of the players to get on in, so we'll get that going. Everyone, welcome back. We are hopping into the picks and bans, and it is going to be very fun. We have what is, I believe, Team Faj versus Team Cupic, and they are already into the draft here, as you can see. I'm very professional. I'm also very bad at this, so I'm what we see right now is Team Faj on the blue side, already covering a little bit of silliness here, if you don't mind me saying. We got some chaos abound, which is interesting. I will also have a black background here shortly, and I'll get all that figured out. But for right now, I just want to see the draft because, again, there are no bans here. Rek'Sai doesn't matter. And we're seeing some of the random picks here. It is Briar coming out for Team Faj, a treat to see at the end of the day. And, of course, that is Rek'Sai. I do apologize because I'm bad. Team Faj joining in with that Rek'Sai, calling that one out very early in the jungle. On the flip side, Team Cupic running out some of the earlier picks as well. Now, this is what I was kind of talking about, everyone. When it comes to the bans, there are no bans, meaning this is all it is. This is all you get to play with. You get to play your signatures. You get to play your craziness if you can, and you pray it works. That's all it is. So you'll see how it plays out. If it works, that's great. If not, then, you know, GG's. We got a Mel and a Nami on the blue side. Team Faj running with a little bit more safety in there, but For Team Cupid going a much more assassination style. I love the Kiana and the Syndra. Leona as well for great CC and setup, meaning Mel and Nami might not have the best time here. Mainly I'm looking at the Briar though. The Briar is so interesting. Overall, it is, I don't know. It's a good treat, I will say, at the end of the day. Looking at this though, Team Cupid get a chance, and keep in mind, once a champion has been played, for the group stage specifically, these teams cannot play it again. So for Team Cupid, they are not allowed to play Kiana, Syndra, or Leona, and at this point, Aurora. Heavy on the magic damage and assassination style here. Massive amounts of extra in there if they wish. This is brutal work here. This is very mean. All right, we'll get the music going for stream at least, and play it out from there. For those wondering, in the VOD, there will be no music because, yeah, no. Hey, Team Fodge running the Azir. Okay. You know what? Bring it on home. I enjoy this. I really do appreciate this one again. For Team Fodge, you got the crazy boy himself. You got Crazy Kendi running in that lane, so you're bringing the Azir ASAP. And keep in mind, all players do go ahead and make it into the bracket stage. This is mostly for seeding. These first 3 games are for seeding, and then the rest are going to be a little bit more further down the line. Yone, though. Holy damage overload on either side. I love it. I love this all day long. There you go. I love these songs a little bit too much. Okay. Let me also double checking something real quick. Ah, there we go. And let me see if I have this. I thought I did, and I don't know if I do. Nope. Ah, here we go. Nope. I tried. Nope. Nope. Hey, there we go. Let's see if I can use that real quick. Alrighty. Hey, alrighty. So we are set to go. As you can tell, the teams are set and ready to play just as well. You know what that means? It's gonna be a grand old time. So, game is up. Time is good to go with the Rengar at the very end. And you know it's gonna be silly. I love this so much. It's enjoyable. Let's go ahead and drag my camera down because I'm a giant piece of garbage. I don't know where I'm going to set my camera. We'll leave it right there for now. It'll hold. But this is going to be a treat. So we have the Yone in the top lane for Yone King, which is Fodge, of course. We got Colby in the jungle running that Rek'Sai and then Azir, Mel. Heavy on the DPS, but this is going to be blow for blow. I'm pretty sure across the board. This is going to be aggressive in either turn. And neither team really... Neither team is going to give an inch. I already know that much. So that's going to be wild to think about. But it'll be fun. It'll be very fun. Let me... All right. Set to go. Time is good. And we are up and running. As you know, these games are on a little bit of a delay, so if you do want to go ahead and check it out, I think I'm double checking here. We do have Chen Chen. Chen Chen is currently streaming, so Chen Chen over Team Chen Chen will be running that one. I think we have Shep GG as well. We have Billy Worth. Billy Worth is going to be streaming as well, which is actually this game here. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, they are playing the Mel. And a big shout out to Billy Worth. I believe Billy Worth actually came in as a sub very last minute. So we high key appreciate the kindness, Billy Worth actually joining on in and making sure that they are available. So again, when it comes to a lot of these free play tournaments, which Raina, again, no entry fee, no nothing, just come in, just play and have a blast. Big shout out to all the players for stepping in and saying, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to have fun, and we're going to enjoy it. So that's what we're looking at. Oh. All right. So we got about a minute 45 left. We got a little bit extra in there. And then we will be off to the races. Again, I'm looking at these comps though, and I'm so curious. I think this is a Mel bottom lane with the Nami. We've seen double APs do very well in their own right, but is it going to be enough is the question. You know, so... Oh, I wonder. I really do wonder if it'd be enough. But either way, no big deal. We are going to be running it up. I will figure out chat, by the way, a little bit later, so that way you guys can spam, you guys can have fun. I do not have it set to go on this overlay. And then what I was saying earlier is we are going to have an amazing production crew by next... for day 2, we will actually have a production crew. We'll have a producer / observer and then a secondary caster. So I won't be up here talking my own worth. You know, I always talk about my own self and, you know, I love it, but I know people don't really care for that. And you're here to see the game, right? You're always here to see the game, and that's what we hope overall. So, treats all around. Go ahead and put in the chat what and who you think is going to win. Maybe I can actually... Let me... Actually, I don't know if I can do this right. Oh. Let's see if this works. All right. I can also start a poll because I'm a god. Go ahead and vote for your favorite team if you are in the chat. Please go ahead and let me know who you think is going to win this game based on the champions, based on what occurs in the first like 4 to 5 minutes. Who knows? You know, this is going to be that treat and a half. So up we go and off we load, and then I'll eventually figure out everything that I need. So, you know, see how it goes. That's that. Ah, that one makes sense. All right. All right. Looks like sound is up and ready to go. And oh, I'm horribly off on my camera. Let's drag that right about there. I think we're good. And nope. Yeah, that'll do. All right, let me know if the audio also looks okay. Which team is Mito on, so I know to vote for the other team. I don't think Mito is currently playing in this one. Mito is actually playing on another side right now, so that'll be somewhere else. Unfortunately, I do apologize about that. Actually, I can double check that.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Ha! Midorima is playing on Team Booty Slapper. We might take a look at them a little bit later. I don't know exactly if I'll be able to gather all the games because I'll only be able to spectate 3 games total. But we might be able to pick them up for the quarterfinals, which will be played a little bit later today. Let me know how the audio is. Is the audio sounding okay for everyone? And actually, I'll pause that for now. I think we're good. Let me actually... Let's bring that up. Bring that down. I'm a professional, everyone. I know what I'm doing. All right, we'll bring that up here. I think we'll be okay. Winter, hello. Welcome. I don't know if I'll be able to do that much because this is a tournament, so a little bit different here. But we do go ahead and get underway. It is going to be White Snow in the top lane. We got... Ooh, that volume is a little bit loud. I'm doing okay. Hopefully you're doing well as well. I gotta focus on the game though, so I might not be able to read chat all the time. Just a heads up. Volume is a little bit loud once again, so I'm gonna drop this down a little bit further. Alright, so I think that'll be good. Alright, but yes, we do have Faj on the Yone. We got Colby on the Rex side. We got Crazy Kenny on that Azir. And then, of course, the Mel with Billy Worth and Yulu on that Nami. So a treat and a half here, but Mid lane, we're actually seeing the Yone cheese on out, which puts Crazy Candy actually in the top lane. So a little bit of a role swap there. It's a big tournament. Yes, this is a big tournament. This is for Raina is Crazy. This is her community tournament that we're doing here. And I had the pleasure of kind of commentating over it. Looking on the other side, though, White Snow running the Rengar top side. Snow talked about this before. I don't trust it, and I have no idea if it's actually going to work. So we'll see if it does. Either way, though, a jungle Kiana coming out here, which is a wild take all on its own. I will have no idea if that actually gives any sort of excellence, but it might work. Granted, that's really one of the only lanes Kiana can go in. I mean, mid lane is not exactly the best spot for it anymore, as much as I wish, but you know, you take it in stride at the end of the day, right? As a Kiana. Of course, you could be using it as a little bit of a sack. You're banking on some of the other lanes really having that explosive power, maybe looking for tower dives afterwards. You can go ahead and see some of the laning aspects. You go ahead and see that Rek'Sai moving from bot to top, looking at that kind of different side jungling, and now we get the first rotations into possible ganks on the bot side. Good ward out, though, by Yulu and Billyworth. That ward was actually dropped, I believe, by Billyworth, making sure that bot lane is very, very safe. Not only that, we are seeing a difference here at the double AP. Keeping running that Syndra. I didn't really mention, but Lucky Fam making sure to step up, get some good damage down, forcing expenditure of the mana. What a flash forward into a flash out by Yulu. Yulu running for their life. Guess what? In comes the Smiley. Flash over the wall, trying to get underneath the tower. You do, it's first blood, but everyone is tethered underneath the tower, which is a problem. Lucky Fam gets shot behind, and Billyworth picks up 2. That's the big boy tower dives that we love to see. And Cupid giving some love to that bottom lane. Oh no, that was rough. That was rough to watch. And I mean, Billyworth with a really, really good double root underneath the tower, making sure it was going to be difficult. It made it work, and now you get yet another. Gonna go ahead and keep spawning out on the bot lane here, as oops, that is a flash away by Cupid, being able to keep themselves safe. So we head back towards that top, but it ain't coming in here. Kiana wondering. Be a little bit dangerous. Very nice jump in. Nothing really done, as we're also watching that mid lane snapback. Sachaya is taken quite low, and it's dangerous of its own. Reflect not going to work either. And on the top side, it looks like Crazy Kenny was able to stay a little bit safe. Everyone getting into the mix here, and it's getting really, really dangerous overall, I would say. I'm not enjoying how dangerous it can be, but White Snow saying, please give me this kill. Crazy Kenny a little bit low on mana, but that's the final empower Q, and White Snow brings the Black Death over to Crazy Kenny. Feels good to even it up. It's now 2-2, and that is huge, by the way. Keep in mind, the Feat of Warfare is still available. It's 2-2, meaning you have a chance to kind of dive on back in. And will it be enough is the big question. Because of that kill on the top side, Crazy Kenny is put a little bit further behind, and the fact that you were forced to actually run the Oblivion Orb is such a disaster in the making. I feel like it hurts a little bit to know that, because you want that attack speed, you want that outright power, but for Crazy Kenny, you have to play safe at this point. So it's the right item choice, but I feel it does hurt the build, especially if you're not going to outright win that lane. So White Snow kind of giving themselves a little bit extra time to play this lane matchup. We do go ahead and see the dragon now started up here. It is going to be... Okay, you can't leave it on 7. That's a dangerous game to play here. I really, really hate that fact. But was left a little bit. Not the worst in the world. So you are safe. Take a little bit of a moment to breathe. It's been a little bit of frenetic pacing here. Nothing out of the world, though. Obviously, the pressure is still, I think, coming from Cupid. Bot side tower dive, you can still see the lane matchup faring fairly well for Cupid himself on that Syndra. Feels very comfortable in there. A little bit of a snap, though, as you can see Fodge starting to get the better of some of these trades against the Aurora. I don't think Sachaya was really expecting this lane matchup specifically. So with that lane swap, Crazy Kenny up to the top side, Crazy Kenny is kind of eating that damage, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It really does depend if Fodge is able to leverage this lead that you're hoping to get on the Yone into a lead that can take over White Snow. Couple flashes being expended here as well, as this might be the dive, but Sachaya has theirs. Nice knockup. Flash away from the Fate Sealed, and now a pop back on the other side. Colby, though, gets snapped up, and Sachaya with the outplay of ages. Outplays on either end, as now we get the duel of the melees, which Crazy Kennedy is not. Shurima Shuffle ain't gonna do nothing here, as a shove out from the extra burst brings Fudge to safety. Disaster striking for Crazy Kennedy in the top side, as this is a huge rush now for Team Cupid bot side. We're getting a Hextech Flash coming in here. Flash away from Billy Worth, but Billy Worth getting stunned out here. It's only level 5 from the Leona, so Lucky Fam isn't able to get that Solar Flare. That's a little bit of a fight back. Cupid does have that Unleashed power if we can get a nice little chunk, but Lucky Fam is trying to run their life away. Still has Flash, but no Worth there. Execute by Billy Worth brings a third to the Mel. Very comfortable job considering what happened around the rest of the map. This is a full tower dive. Is this going to be the full tower dive? Colby is actually spending a lot of time down here. Yes, you have the top side of the map to actually clear. And Crazy Kennedy is actually struggling, or not struggling, but fighting away. That's still 3 grubs being granted over to Team Cupid. Colby now looking for a chase underneath the tower, but they are tanking. Keep that in mind. Good root and deny, and a huge dive means Colby is still going to go down. So Cupid is gathering up, and my god, that is 3 failed tower dives total between these two teams. Granted, it's not failed. I hate saying that. I'm so sorry. That is wrong of me. They got the kills. That's good. Is it enough? No idea. Crazy Kennedy, though, recognizing that, hey, this is bad. Good root plus, and White Snow dancing so well on top, forcing Kennedy away yet again. This Rengar top side is becoming a major issue. Because Colby has applied so much pressure on the bot side of the map, Kenny's been left to fare for himself. I don't think it's going to be real, but that's a flash underneath tower. This time White Snow will be caught out. 3 tower shots. 4th is more than enough to favor the shutdown. I feel like White Snow knew it, and yet again, denial of CS and XP. Crazy Kennedy's unique Azir shut down for a 3rd time. It's a very, very difficult route to play. And at this point, it feels like Team Cupid is actually getting a lot of value here, because take a look at where the kills are allotted. The entirety of the kills all spread out across all the carries. The only one that doesn't is obviously Lucky Fam, who Lucky Fam doesn't really need the kills. But on the flip side, all the kills are on Billy Worth here, which Billy Worth, don't get me wrong, is a really good carry on the Mel. Obviously, it's a good champion overall, but this means you are heavily targeted. That's what we're seeing here. It's a great CC chain. No chance to get out. Even that riposte of sorts, the reflect doesn't reflect enough. It only keeps you safe for a moment. And you can see the pings going down like, gosh, they expended everything, but that's a shutdown in pocket. So big for the Kiana to pick up. Another dance on the top side. We're now recognizing that White Snow is in a very, very difficult spot. Colby dashing away, though, and White Snow, what a call, leaps to a minion, and it's gone. Might have a chance to actually fight back. Still in that thrill of the hunt. Decides against it, saying I don't need to force that fight. A little bit of a chunk back, but Billy Worth not having the fun time. Meanwhile, the dragon is up and available. I forgot to put the timers. I'm so sorry. We'll see if that Infernal is going to go their way. Again, Infernal for 1 isn't bad. It's going to reset a little bit, but no one really in tune to be able to take over. However, for Cupid, they can take over. For Team Foch, though, they are looking to collapse here. It's going to be a 5v4. Another shot misses. Crazy Kennedy isn't that worried. A chance on the top side, though, as that's a catch and a half. And the Kiana dives on in. Huge pickup number 1 as the kills are starting to collect. Realm Warp, though, easy grab. A 2 Fate Sealed barely does anything. And Team Foch falling apart in the interim. Even Foch himself, the Yone King, being dethroned here. And it's a full tower dive underneath, as Lucky Fam is able to stay alive. From the 3 tower dives across 2 teams at 12 minutes, we get our first success. with that tower dive. It's now in a much more difficult position as that's a huge chunk and a half. Another Q plus unleashed power. Yulu is gone. Team Cupid throwing love and death, but no robots here against them. White Snow just giving themselves a little bit of time. Heal up at the end. Well done. Ogmush, hey, tournament, is there any way to read information about the tournament and how it works? I'm very sorry, I do not have that set up. I might be able to do that in the interim, but yes, I can get a command going to learn more about the tournaments because I do believe I'm going to be helping host these in the future. What I will say is this is a 2-day tournament put on by Raina is Crazy. Raina is Crazy is an awesome content creator, foodie, and League of Legends lover, and she is sponsoring this tournament, $1,000 for the total prize pool. Across 8 different teams. Top 4 get payouts, and it's for her community. If you want to join on in, I'll make sure to have the Discord in a little bit later. Just stay tuned. We have about a possibility of 5 more games across a day, but absolutely I will get the info for you. Og, I appreciate you saying that because I forgot about that, so very much appreciate you for bringing that to my attention. Fog now questioning how they're going to fight this one out. Yulu's coming around the side, but this is a huge chunk. What a catch, but no, you don't get the stun. But it's a flash forward by Sachaya to bring the pain close. Oh, don't leave him hanging. Oh, he got left hanging. And because of that, Sachaya might go down here. You never leave your bro hanging. Flash forward into the smite, into the dive underneath, but Sachaya's running for their life. What a bounce out from the realm. Between Worlds is too OP. Flash, ults, everything being used here. Powerful job and a stun right back as we left the bottom lane. But Team Cupid is crushing it in this adventure of a game number 1. Another stun plus more, and Cupid with the last ball. The sphere of power unleashed, and Billyworth goes down. At this point, it is looking like dire straits as the gold lead has now ballooned to 7K. Massive work being done. Over, I want to say, about 1,050 golden bounties that can be collected. There's a lot of gold just waiting around on the end. We will have to wait and see. Oh, eyes out. So take a look here, though. Time is a wasting. As there's a couple that are kind of waiting around the wings. Eyes out though, as Crazy Kenny looks for the stream of shuffle. It's not gonna work because unfortunately you're just picked off. That jungle is no longer yours. It is the proponent of the opponents. It's all theirs to play with. GG's almost, as Team Cupid just kind of finishing things off at 16 minutes here. Destructive work. Billyworth now getting chunked out as well. It's a run away, but Colby can't do much. Topside tower is falling. This is a very fast-paced and frenetic run. And I don't see it changing anytime soon. Colby looking for a chance to help out. That's going to be a hop in. A little bit of a jump, but a nice catch on the back end. Sachaya, no worries. Colby recognizes that, hey, I can't do anything. The burst damage is just too real. Fate sealed, though, across the board as Fosh says, maybe I can carry. It's a nice snap of one. Snaps back to Kiana. Kiana flashing away. Scout of the Week keeps the rest of the team safe as Team Cupid take the tower, take a kill, but lose 1. It's a good answer back from Team Faj, who have not been having a great time. Alright, there we go. I got that going. I'm ready to go for what I need to. Alright. Lastly, of course, we are looking a little bit further. That's not what I wanted. Oops. Check that out later. Alright, big chance in the mid lane though, as we start to see a kind of collection around. We're about 17.5 minutes in, almost to 18. It is going to be the Herald taken away. Dragon is coming up in about 35 seconds. So more and more time is being used to give opportunities around. Chaya though saying, I want to fight. Good burst come out as Fodge, I don't think is going to enjoy that one. Tries to catch on in, but Chaya with a great dance says the walls are my friend. And yet Fodge might be able to dance back. There's more than enough healing, and Fodge wins out the 1v1. The Yone King strikes. And the Joker cards have been laid bare. Fodge is running rampant. Now the question is, can you deal with everyone else? You've taken down Sachaya. Great kill, no big deal. Here's the problem. You still got to deal with White Snow. White Snow is 4-1-0. They actually just TP'd to the top side. I'm very curious about this one. You can see Fodge saying, I want to go ahead and stay here, but this is a dive. Colby, I'm not sure the rest of the team was in the same line of thought as they don't get anything. Good dive underneath as you're able to deny tower aggro, but White Snow flashing away. Can't stop with the thrill of the hump, but the rest of the team can help avenge you. That Shaya comes in for the assist after death. Yulu flashing away. You ain't getting away from the Zenith. The Blade, Crazy Kennedy staying alive around that jungle side. An overwhelming might comes out from Team Cupid as they take victory. Well done overall. Been dangerous. Alright, there we go. I was double checking something. I'm sorry, everyone. Looking at this mix, though. 20 minutes in. Over 11,000 gold in favor. I mean, this is amazing work. White Snow and friends making sure to help play things out a little bit further. Yeah, Biostir in the jungle is doing well. Now a catch on Colby yet again, and poor Colby can do nothing. Keeping now dueling in a 1v1. Billy Worth just kind of has to sit there and take it, as much as they hate to say. And Team Fodge kind of falling a little bit further behind. Nice wool wave out, but Sachaya dancing in between. Fodge once again trying to work their magic, but hits the Scryers. Sachaya, even though you hit the Scryers, it was the blast going out to safety, and Fodge is able to get that kill. Now it's Kennedy versus Cupid. Cupid now 5-1-7, looking for the shift and is able to get it. Flashing away is Cupid though, into the scout of the week, into the execute. And there ain't no challenge left. Destruction is all that awaits Team Fodge as they lose members left, right, and center. The fact that they're able to make a 2 to 3 man play, mid lane fight, top lane fight into the Otacon. It's a 1-2-3 combo that is spelling the doom and gloom. "21 minutes, Otacon slain, and value more so than most. Hand it to the pockets of Team Cupid, who are looking like they're on their way to a 1-0 start here in the group stage. Very, very comfortable job. Don't see any problem with that. Another catch on the far side, though, as Sachaya recognizes that, hey, I'm on the strong side of the map here and I can't really stay. Fasho is like, dude, I can try and carry here. You're about 2.5 items. Sitting on a little bit of gold, I believe, but that's going to be a catch inside. Billy Worth trying to stay alive, and you do. Now it's a catch onto Cupid. Cupid has no flash. That's a shutdown. Over to the hands on the other side, but what a huge supreme display of power. Of course, That's going to be Biostir going down here, and all of a sudden, things are mixing up. Fate Sealed onto White Snow. White Snow, you have no extra burst because that is Fudge to stay alive. What a turnaround here. Team Fudge are snapping and fighting right back as they get a 4-for-1. Illegal work right there. Very, very overwhelming, and it was a step-by-step. The burst didn't come away as neatly as they would have liked. Team Cupid, they were banking on finding it, but Cupid himself was not able to burst out Billy Worth. What a great flash tonight. I think a little extra retention of damage. Was able to spin it right back, got 1,000 extra in their pocket. They weren't able to grab that Death Cap, but it's close enough. Welcome back, Needlessly Large Rods duo. And all of a sudden, Team Keepers are like, dude, we're lost. Fudge is hanging on for a while. Crazy Kendi has that shift, and oh, Biostir missed out on that damage. Again, that was 2 recalls that were denied. So rough times. But overall, this is not the end of the world. It is getting close though. That's all I can really say there. It is getting close. And that is definitely what scares me. But of course, the gold lead is still in favor of Team Cupid. They go for the Dragon Stacking. It can be real. This is going to be a Chemtech Dragon for themselves. Of course, for Fudge, you were looking for a tower dive. White Snow wanting to dance. No chance at all. Flash away, but the Void Rush to finish. And Fudge and Colby starting to run their way back. A little bit of fight inside the jungle, though. Here comes Cupid and Lucky Fam. Both these two saying, got that chance. Nice solar flare. Nice dodge on the side, though. As that Spirit, the Soul Splitter, is able to keep Fudge alive. Dodging out the solar flare right there is nasty work. Alright. Looking at how this is played right now. We're starting to see some fight back. That 7 to 8k, that 11k lead has been cut down in such quick fashion. There is an opportunity here. With Baron up, you can look for a Baron fight. You can look to get very, very messy with it. I was trying to answer a question, and now we're turning around on the other side. That was a burst on one side, but a catch on the other. Cupid getting a good slay in between. A little bit of push over as all of a sudden the eyes are in favor. White Snow saying, I can't fight this one. But Colby and Crazy Kendi actually dropping their lives. We're trying to 1v1, and I believe Crazy Kendi was on the bot side of the map trying to fight out Sachaya, and Sachaya makes that look so easy. That was Grimmy to hold on out. Baron now started up with a little bit of a TP coming in here. I don't know if you actually want to fight this. Sachaya, though, says, hey, I TP'd in with a little bit low HP. White Snow, though, able to hang on with their life, and Billy Worth can do nothing. It's all on Fudge now as you're trying to stay alive in more ways than one. You're able to take one life, but you can't do more than that. With that, it is an ace for Team Cupid as they start to get more comfortable with this match. Their gold is starting to yield dividends. TP, though, coming in very, very carefully. Crazy Kendi trying to force him off. That's a shove into the wall. Baron still fighting away, but everyone is a little bit low. So, yes, Crazy Kendi has lost his life, but he's 1 in 8. It's a noble sacrifice to stop the Baron play. It didn't go right. Team Cupid, though, about everything went right. The icing on the cake was just not there. You weren't able to hang on to that Baron. However, you got extra kills. You got more gold in your pocket. That gold lead is now ballooned back up to 8K. The stock market is looking in your favor. You just can't throw. You can't have a Borderlands 4 situation where your CEO decides to start talking. As long as they don't overstep, as long as they play as a group, as a team, feels like they're all coming together very, very well. The main thing is sniping Faj immediately. Finding a way to catch Faz and just denying away. That is going to be the big layer. Catch on the backside, though. That's going to be Colby just annihilated. And I love that call, the supreme display of talent. Forcing Colby into the stun of the Leona just easily tracks into favorability. It is the easiest stun and setup into the solar flare as well. Mertred ain't gonna save you there. It's just so well played and so well thought out. At the end of the day here, Baron started up once again. He's going out here. Is this gonna be a challenge? Nope, smited away way too quickly. No chance whatsoever. As we take a look, though, it's a little bit of time to play for. Oh, and Faj recognizing that, hey, maybe I didn't want to play that far. They are going to go for this dragon, though. They want to deny away Soul, which I don't think is a bad call. However, Colby's on the top side, holding down this push in because the Baron is in such big play. And I hate to say it, Team Faj don't really have the reliability to say, okay, I want to try and save and, you know, try and take out the opponent this way. Because of this fast push, the Baron gave him so much extra. Billyworth now getting caught out here. Supreme display of talent. It's reflected back, though. Maybe we get some extra damage, but it's not really going to work that way. Tower destroyed in the mid. Execute not going to cut off Lucky Fam, and Billyworth now running away. You have Flash away from the wall into Blast Gun Series. Stay Crazy Kenny over the wall, trying to do their best, but it's a fight on two different fronts as Biostir is able to get some damage, but has to run to safety. Meanwhile, the rest of Team Cupic, clean house in more ways than one inside enemy jungle. They find more than just a few members, and Cupic takes down Billyworth. Dragon started on the far end, but Faj able to find another annihilation. Another Q lands, but guess what? White Snow taking on the opposing tower. Ace completed yet again in one of the messiest aces we've seen thus far, but it's an ace nonetheless. Crazy work between just about everyone as we're 30 minutes in. They still haven't ended, but my gosh, they have everything in their own to cover this game. The difficult part is all these matches have been a little bit, all these fights have been so on and off is the best way I can put it. It's been very dangerous on either end, so I get why it's been difficult. Another catch though as Crazy Kennedy destroyed and demolished. Syndra FTW. Dragon is slain. That's going to be Soul, and that's the power of freedom. Overall, very, very well done. As Team Cupic look to go ahead and try and finish this game off. Look though, the catch here as Colby is going for the absolute Hail Mary. It's a last ditch effort, but you're caught on the wrong side of the jungle. It's a Chaya finds the freedom. Followed through on the Fate Seal though, as it is going to be a hold on the back end. Faj doing so much work and damage staying alive, but it's only against one, and now it's only Crazy Candy. And there's only so much you can do. Rough time here as this is the final call. Honestly, we kind of knew this was going to occur. It was just a matter of time. Team Faj fought as hard as possible. They weren't able to find the victory. And it is going to be a dub as Team Cupic get a game 1 win. Group stage 1-0. Running forward.
A summoner has disconnected.
Game 1 done. Not bad, not bad. It was very, very fun, in my opinion. I will always say that. And here's hoping there's even more in the future. With that being said, I know it's very, very quick, but I want to go ahead, send to a short break. We're going to get the next game moving ASAP because we have a lot of games to get through here today. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead, show a lot of love to the players. Join the Discord. I will make sure that Discord is linked. Ogmush. Yes, of course. I love doing this. This is very fun. I love casting, and it's always a huge enjoyment of mine, so I love it. But I hope you enjoy the casting. There'll be more casting today and tomorrow. Don't go anywhere, though, everyone. We will have our next round matchup here just shortly. Thank you so much. I'll be right back. Alrighty, everyone. I'm sorry for the very, very late entry in, but we are set for our second game of the day. It's a treat and a half here because we have, I believe, it is, dear God, I have to change all this later. I'm so sorry. I forgot I didn't even add the titles at the top. We are looking at Team Max Aura on the blue side versus Team Alorum on the red. I should probably add boxes. That would actually be really, really smart. I should do that. 2 seconds, everyone. I got time. But we got Arya, Jamikin Banana, Mighty Kraus, and Stepping Away, and Angel Boy. I'll have all those names actually for you shortly. You know what? No, I'm doing that next game for the third game. I'll get it all going. Man, I'm really bad at this. But yeah, I'm getting a treat and a half. We're excited to hop on in. If you are interested as well, let me go ahead and let me see. Here we go. I'll do it later. All right. Well, we're diving on in, and we're having a little bit of fun here. As you can already see, we got Arya on that top, and then on the flip side, we got Alorum, Permanent Pain, Yozu, and Mercury, and Projeki. As on the bot side, we're already seeing some dances here. As Projeki is not enjoying this one. Getting taken very, very low over there on that. I'll never not a glass. I haven't seen one of those in ages. There's a little bit of a treat and a half. Get to wait and see here. Level 2 is being hit across the board. I didn't even notice some of the champions. We got a Sion versus Volibear on the top side. We got Jamikin Bananas, treat and a half of that ever so freaking lovely Ivern. Oh my god, getting that treat. Going against the original treat in the Maokai, if you will. And then we got the TF versus the Vel'Koz in the mid lane. Yozu, a very prominent Vel'Koz, or I would say prominent. And then Mighty Kraus, of course, sitting there on that flip. There we go. Maybe. I think I messed up here. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Nope, I got it. All right. And yes, that is Kraus and Shun. I apologize. Shun is stepping away. Yes. Okay. Think about Team Alorum as well, which is Permanent Pain, Kev, and more. But on the bot side, we're seeing more and more of those fights. I didn't even get to mention it. I'm so sorry I missed it. No! First blood, though, over to Team Max Aura. I should just call him Max Aura, I think. That's all it is. Oops. We got that treat and a half, and it's a very nice gank early. Not only that, you're empowering that Jinx ASAP with the Amumu support. You know it's going to be highly aggressive. I really, really wonder because so the teams are actually really, really excited to play. They hopped in almost ASAP, and it was so nice of them. I have to give credit. They hopped in almost immediately, and then I had to catch them midway through the game because I basically had them hold off until all the games were set. So they were set to play, and I love them for it. So very, very well done by them. But this is going to be that challenge. So yeah, starting things off with the first blood is huge. Not only that, you bank it into the Jinx, which Shun is hoping to have that level of liftoff. So you need about, I would say, 2 or 3 kills, I think, overall. Billy Worth, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. And you played one hell of a Mel game, by the way, in game number 1. We actually watched that game, and it was such a treat You did so well. It's just, it got overwhelming, and unfortunately, Meld doesn't shine when you're overwhelmed like that. But man, 4 early kills, the tower dive denial, so good. I'm excited to see if you can. I'm excited to see if you guys can keep playing. Hopefully, you're enjoying it. And thank you again. Please go ahead and I know you're streaming as well, right, Billy? I think you're streaming your POV. I saw. I think Raina shout that out. So if you're still streaming, please, if you guys want to enjoy, I will have this for future. There are multiple POV streams going on. Please go show love to all of the players here today. They're taking their time out of their day, out of their weekends to play in this tournament. And it is a pleasure for me to get the chance to play, to cast a lot of these high tier players that otherwise I wouldn't always get the chance to. So please go ahead, check them all out, and show some love there. Back to the game, everyone. We're chilling out, having a good time as Angel Boy. It's a little bit catchy on the top side, so this is something that we didn't see in game number 1 is actually the lane swap. This is more, I would say, this tournament is coordinated, but not to the level of like, say, OQs or tier 2 or tier 3. But lane swaps are actually very, very regular, and we're seeing this here as we already see a higher propensity for the grubs. Not only that, seeing a hefty feat of diving on in as that level 6 coming in from Kraus saying, hey, I know exactly what you're going to be, and it's from a bot to top playstyle, as that's the free throw 3 plus almost an extra. If there was a Super Mega Death Rocket, that would have been an extra behind, but you don't need it. Shun sitting on 1 kill, 1 assist, Jamakin getting another, and now Kraus even getting in on the mix. Beautiful ults in. This was a very, very clean play as well, and simple. We're gonna see that tether coming down here, as that was the disintegration raid, but Yozu recognizing, hey, I can't really be here. Auto attacks aren't really gonna do too much, as Yozu had that cleanse available. So you're able to walk away, and since Kraus was a little bit out of mana, but still, this is a cross-map macro-centric gameplay coming out from Max Aura, formerly Team Arya. It's a very big difference, and it's a whole difference, I would say, from what we saw before. When we saw Team Fodge versus Team Cupid, it was much more individual. It was very, very much, hey, we're gonna look at the kills and everything like that, and only. But this feels more macro-centric. Overload 3v2, overload 4v3. Make sure you always have the player advantage, and then work your way around the map. It's a very technical way of play, and I love it. It shows that Max Aura has been playing together, has been looking to practice, knows what they want to do, and I love the shot calling that they're bringing to the table so far. Now, I promise that's not just glazing. I promise that's not just glazing and me saying, hey, you know, Arya was the captain of the winners last time. That's not me glazing. It is extremely efficient play. From what I can see here, though, if I'm looking on the flip side, if they don't end it very quickly, I'm actually a little bit worried about that late game. The HP values, you're really banking on that Jinx to get a really strong start, because later on the Scion's gonna be a pain. That Renata Glass, that hostile takeover will deny a lot of what you want. Team Alorum have so many great denial tools and deletion tools that if you're not careful, if you let the game go for too long, they can bank on those ults, they can bank on those abilities and get themselves to safety. What we also just saw was a flash away by Yozu, getting towered over by Jamakin Banana, and Mighty Kraus was able to survive, so didn't die, but being forced away at about 68 isn't bad, but that's a flash. Arya saying, I want to duel this. What a blatant flash in their face. What was that? Arya trying to throw down a little BM in there and forcing Alorum away, which I don't disagree with. However, once again, overload on the top side. This is going to be the bot laner of Team Alorum trying to hold on, but that's a tether. Angel Boy, only level 5 though. In comes that Fate's Draw. And Mighty Kraus is going to try and fire off on the back line. Is it really going to work? I do not know. They do pick up that 1 kill. Jamakin still alive as well. A little bit of a buff. Arya not willing to dance just yet. Has the ult ready to go, but stepping away. Shun says, give me that kill. One last auto should do it. Reset on high. This is Team Max Aura running rampant over this game. I didn't know this before, but both teams, I believe, are sitting at 0-2. I feel kind of bad. They are sitting at 0-1 apiece, 0-2 total, meaning they really need this win on the board if they want a good placement. Now, keep in mind, all 8 teams that are playing here have a chance to move into that quarterfinal, so they get a chance to play in that Fearless draft format. So this is purely for seeding. It's not the worst thing in the world. At the same time, you don't want to show your hand. This is also an endurance race. You're playing a minimum of 5, a max of 6 games in a day in a high-stress environment. It is not easy. Nate Hero, by the way, very much thank you for the follow. I high-key appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying the show and hopefully enjoying the plays to come. Hello, hello. I'm not gonna lie, the names are kind of like overwhelming me as well. All these players that I've admired for so long. Getting to cast them a bit more is so much fun. Getting back to the game though, Dragon is up. This is still the first Dragon of the game, meaning it's taking a little bit of time. Feet of Warfare already went over to the side of Team Max Aura, which I apologize. I don't have nameplates. I don't have any nameplates up there because I'm lazy and I'm bad. I'll get that fixed later. But yeah, we are seeing first Dragon sitting here and just fighting its time, taken away. It is an Ocean, which is a great first Dragon, but normally we see that earlier on, maybe minute 6 or 7, so you get a lot more punch for it. However, that still leads a very hefty value here into this kind of power push. Plate power, though, going into Mercury's favor as well as Projecti. These two needing the gold as well. This is an on-hit Bears. Gonna have that ability, so you get a plate, maybe a second behind if Arya decides to leave. There's some momentum building in there right now. Kraus, though, looking for a chance to look at a tower dive here, as they are going to send in a little bit extra tower dive very, very fast. Yozu, no flash, only the cleanse. Burned out of the disintegration ray, and it's an easy tower dive. Rinse and repeat once again, baby. Kraus and Jamakin jam out to a kill. Boom goes the Dynamite as we're looking at a 7-1 scoreline at just 10 minutes in, a 2K lead, which is, in my opinion, actually pretty big for the early game. However, the plates are evening things up. Some Mercury and Projecti are being given a little bit extra time to play with here, and pushing in for the Varus is actually very, very nice, I think. Again, you're going to try and counter the on-hit. Is it going to be enough to overwhelm a Jinx? Absolutely not. Plus, Shun is already 3-0-2. Shun is already set to go. Granted, you went with the Executioner early, so you don't really have, or the Collector. It's not, it's more oomph behind each auto attack. It is the build path. I'm still very used to like Kraken Slayer and stuff, but because of the crit build status, it is going to yield a lot of results. So a Blade of the Rune King versus a Collector, you're not going to catch space, but still, fielding extra gold into the Varus, have that Chain of Corruption, have that solid, consistent DPS will be very comfortable for the rest of the team. All right. Ding goes the Dynamite. Actually, I have no idea what that was. That was so loud in my ear, I have no idea what that was. Very, very lost. Oops, I apologize. That's not what I wanted. Please, Dad. There we go. Ha! I'm professional. Taking a look here. Another gold card, though, and Kraus has been exceptional at powering through on making sure they're in the right spot, always being willing to rotate. I love this so far. Very, very comfortable in sacrificing, which at the same time, you really haven't sacrificed. You take a look at the CS amount. You're going Rod of Ages. You're not going for that cooldown, which I'm assuming you're getting next. Rod of Ages build up your minute ticking, so 23 minutes, you're going to be full stacks. Very, very doable. Very, very nice job. Not only that, disintegration rate ain't going to be able to burn you through. You're stacking up these opportunities, and I can really, really appreciate it from the side of Max Aura. Once again, though, I want to see them continue this push. What scares me, the only thing that scares me, is the HP values in the front line value that that Team Alorum currently has. If you look across the board, once again, that Maokai is going to be a pain. That Scion's going to be a pain. Projecti is going to be a pain if you're not careful about that hostile takeover. And remember, if the hostile takeover hits the right person, if Shun gets hit, it is destruction for your own team. That Gatling gun, that rocket launcher that you have been building up all game is turned against your team, and you're just dead. The counter to that, Angel Boy. On that Amumu support could be the huge breaker there. If you're able to find a 3 to 4 man catch, if you're able to lock them down, blow up Mercury and Yozu ASAP, it could be huge. A little bit of a dive in that mid lane though, as a rocket is able to land, a good body block coming out. Hostile takeover behind. Pro Jackie with the save of the day right there. Keeping Yozu alive, but really, how much is that going to be worth? Because guess what? Kraus is still in the mid lane farming it up. Alright. Looking for a bit more of a push in. Is this going to be ADC on ADC action? Shun having to run away. Chain of Corruption is going to land. Cleanse out, more so cleansing the blighted stacks. I don't think you can actually cleanse the blighted stacks. Don't count me on that. But Shun is able to stay alive. No bounty on their head, but it's a good, comfortable play. Remember, bounties are now met on gold earned. Even though Mercury is sitting at an 0-1-1, you've been able to gather a lot of plates. First tower goes your way now. At this point, the Varus is going to have the bounty on his head if he's not careful. All right, objective trade coming out here. Jamikin saying, we want this Herald instead. We want to break down the towers ASAP. It's also a Cloud Dragon. It's not the worst in the world. We are going to get a Mountain Soul to play for. Not my favorite dragon to play with. Again, we had a Kentek and Mountain. So Kentek Mountain so far. Boring, but still very valuable. I would actually say exceptionally powerful in the hands of a team like Max Aura. If you're running this kind of squishier comp, the Mountain Soul can be a huge difference in extra shielding, extra magic, magic resist, and armor. You can overcome that barrier of, hey, we don't really have a front line. Now, when I say you don't have a front line, you still have Arion the Volibear, you still have Jamikin with the Daisy. These are great, but it's not... I like to say it's not to the extent like a Scion is. That Scion is going to be powering through HP value, is going to be real destructive in that back line, and it's scary to think about. So, see who comes out with that real value. I'd also like to point out a very early Mikhail's Crucible being built on the Renata Glass. Projecti saying, I really can't let my ADC get caught here. There's so much extra CC with the gold card. With more behind, it is dangerous. A little bit of a speed up though, as Yozu, you're not outrunning those boots of swiftness, but Yozu with the Captain Jack cleanse might have a chance to run away. You don't have any flash though, as now you're in a little bit of trouble, but an immediate chase of that Herald to bounce out as Jamikin is praying for that kill, and yet again it's a tower dive for the ages. So simple to save the Lisa Lorem though, teleporting into the bot side, but this is a collection here. Max Aura ready to go with the rest of the team, and that's the curse of the sad mummy. Yo walks right into their own trap. Hostile taker only taking over Angel Boy, which is not the big one. Chain of Corruption going out, Mercury trying to fire over the wall, but I don't think you're gonna get it, as that's a TP on top of your face. Mighty Kraus with the Destiny Call, and it's a wipe of 4 for Max Aura. Wiping out the opposing team with only 4 members and almost getting an ace. This 4K feels like 7. That's all I can really say here. That 4K difference feels like 7. At the time, and it is only going to continue. Tower goes down, Shun stepping up. A couple more rockets will take it, and you get that spike with the collector. We're seeing why Shun ramped it up so fast. And they're now sitting with so much extra gold, 8.2 total in their bank, a little bit further behind Mighty Kraus, but again, it's a TF you're going to farm. But 2.7, you're going to recall, complete that IE. You're going to be running through HP bars so fast. I think you can pick up like an extra... I guess you picked up your boots as well. I mean, this is all around beautiful work coming out from this squad. Max Aura throwing down. And you even define Projecki again. Jamikin being this walking ward, and Angel Boy doing the exact same on the other side. Oh, Rocket, what a shot! Shun sets it up. Third time it takes, and you get your 7th of the game. Hell yeah, man. 7-0-2. The team is ramping up, and at this point, you can deny no more. Oh no, Kraus, don't do it. Don't do it. Poor Yozu. That was 3 autos, man. That was 3 autos. Kraus is like, I'm running. I'm running. I don't have flash. I took Unsealed Spellbook. I have Clarity in mind for extra mana, but you have the most mana efficient build in my opinion. Yeah, you go ahead and burn the cleanses or the Clarity, it's whatever. That's really funny to see, actually. Lich Bane plus Rod of Ages. You're not expending that much mana. You're good. Here's the deal. Dragon up in 30 seconds. Really don't want to give this one over. It's a mountain. It's annoying to deal with. And again, the Dragon second can be painful. It can be annoying. It's not going to be the end of the world, but are you actually going to be able to deal with the Arya, though? Chewing through a Lorem's HP bar. The captain on captain action is brutal here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Otacon being started up here. We're about 21 minutes into this game. Not the worst spot to be in, but a dangerous one to say the least. I'm surprised they're even here. I guess they're just trying to deny. But they've sent so many people to this top side, all 4 ready to go. With, of course, a Lorem on the bot side holding off. Oh, but they're going to find Yozu. No. Thankfully, Yozu understanding that, hey, I can't really be here. This is a really, really bad spot. I don't want to go the dangerous path that Permanent Pain and the rest of the team took. Meanwhile, though, Arya, free farming that dragon, takes it for free and now goes straight back to bot side farming. And that's a freebie that you don't like to give over, but you don't really have a choice. In comes the Sign ult, though. Angel Boy getting knocked up and then some. Massive CC chain, but you're still alive. Still got the Curse of Sad Mummy, and you're alive as well. Last auto, though, will take you out because Jamikin loves a good team fight death. Mercury, though, on the back end, getting a molloped and walloped by that bear. It's a shutdown by a Lorem, but it's still 2 in favor of Team Alorem as they got some sort of freedom. The problem is Jamikin is sitting on 25 stacks of that Magi Soul Stealer. Still has a Daisy to rock with, but that's the Disintegration away. Extra shielding to stay alive. Go card to stay safe. Max Aura may have overstepped their boundaries just a wee bit. Walk back, try and play it safe, and I think they definitely did. Kind of go, hey, we could have done more, but you didn't lose that much. You're still up about 6k. This is still very, very doable. It's not a problem. You can definitely see where that fight starts to come through. You're starting to see a little bit more of that, you know, if you can, the bulkiness that a Lorem, that Permanent Pain is able to bring. The fact that you're still able to hunt down Jamikin, who is sitting high on that 25 stacks, which, by the way, I think if you take out your teammate, if you take out your own teammate, that shouldn't count. You should lose stacks. If you get hit by the hostile takeover, you should lose stacks for that. That's just rude. Still though, loss of Angel Boy, loss of a few on the flip side, so we're seeing those pieces fall together. The problem is, if I'm looking at this game, at this pace of play, Team Alorem is still going to take a little bit too much time, I think, ramping up. They need to hit that 35, 37 minute mark to feel comfortable, and at that time, Shun is going to be in such a good position on this Jinx to shred the opponent anyway. I really don't see a fantastic way for them to win. If they can find Shun early, that's great, but it's like, that's your entire game plan right now. You are banking on a Lorem finding a really good unstoppable onslaught. You're banking on Projecki landing that hostile takeover. They have opportunities, but Shun is also playing at such an exceptional distance because of the front line, as Angel Boy just used ult. Angel Boy just used ult, and I don't know if that's a good thing to do. I watched that R get done, and Angel Boy, We got to talk about that. We are going to go back. We're going to laugh about it, but I feel really bad because we caught that on camera. That was fairly funny to watch. Yeah, the things at the bottom. She was like, bro, did you really just do that? Either way, it's going to be up in about a minute and a half, which is enough time for the dragon. However, we're seeing a charge in. Alorum saying, hey, it's a chance. Very nice Destiny to get out to safety, but now you leave Angel Boy in a really rough spot. Good cleanse to come out. In goes that wild growth, but on the top side, we're watching Yuzu get towered of. Arya flashing away, or Yozu flashing away. Arya not wanting to chase, and no one dies across the board. That being said, it's a chase. Arya now getting disintegration away, but another hostile takeover is getting catch beyond catch beyond catch. Good hold though as Mercury gets taken down. Yes, you get a little bit of time to repeat, but it's a rebuttal as Shun takes that kill. You just get more time to get a little extra reset on the attack speed. Huge bonus over to the side of Team Max Aura. Dragging up in a minute. This is going to be a perfect time to recall, get that gold, get that value back in favor. Also, big shout out to everyone following here. I appreciate y'all. Very, very much appreciate you. I would recommend turning off my notifications because I do more than just cast League of Legends and cast tournaments. So, of course, I will be putting out more info in the future about future tournaments that Raina will most likely want to run, which I'm very much enjoying so far. Further into the game, 26 minutes. We're looking at an 8k difference. Dragon in favor of Max Aura. Crouch is being an annoying dick, by the way. There's no reason and no way you really chew through a Scion. Except with Red Buff, actually. Red Buff might be able to do it. Go ahead and see that call down a little bit more. Yeah, they're kind of taking forever on this one. Yeah, they're going to leave now. I don't know why they're doing this. Because look on the other side of the map. Baron has started up. It's almost going to be down. Is it going to be spotted away? It's a steal. Not a steal. Permanent Pain hangs onto it as much as possible. The rest of the team coming on in here. Good slam into the backline. As what a wall up. The combo annihilates the bodies of Team Alorum. And they lose all 5. Ace for Max Aura as they lose the Baron but win the friggin' war. What was that destructive drop? Arya with the beat drop of the century. Jamikin with some extra behind. And in 27 minutes, Max Aura takes the victory. Brutal game, but so good. Max Aura doing what they needed, built up the lead early, and I mentioned that for Team Alorum, they had to wait to 30 to 35 minutes, 37. It just never came about, and they got cleared. They went for the Baron. They were able to take it away. Very nice job by Permanent Pain. Kev, just the resounding fight afterwards was so painful to watch. You knew it was coming. You tried your best. Hardcore appreciation to Team Alorum for their fight, but it doesn't go their way. With that being said, we are done with round 2's game matchup. There's more being played, but round 3 should be on the horizon. We're going to wait for some of the other matches to finish up because that one went fairly quickly. I believe some of the other teams might have been taking a short break. So we are going to go ahead and take a moment. I'll play some music, but everyone get some refreshments, get some time. And when we come back, it'll be round 3, the end of the group stage. Match up to see who gets placed where. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. There we go. All right, welcome back. We are set to go. We're excited. Running over this tournament. It's excited. We're in round number 3 of the tournament. We are still in Group B because we're actually taking a look at the 2-0 team going up against the 1-1 team, which is, once again, Max R, who we just saw win last time, but this time we're spectating the 2-0 squad, which is Team Booty Slapper over on the red, I believe. So, we are diving right in. They didn't tell me. We are set to go. We're rolling. So, it'll be a good time. Shoot. So they are diving in like quite literally ASAP, and I apologize to everyone who was kind of waiting things out. I'm just an idiot on that front, so I apologize. But we are set to go. And hopefully we are good. So you saw the draft a little bit there, which is very, very interesting. Actually, no, I lied. It's actually Team Arya. It's Max Aura on the red side and Team Booty Slapper on the blue. That's what we're looking at. So we should have everyone moving. We see a Rumble, Orin, Ash, Thresh, and Akshan, which is a treat because I do believe I forgot who it was, but I want to say it's Pizza Man is a nasty, nasty Akshan main. Yeah, Pizza Man is one. We got there. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're hopping right on into the draft, and this time I'm actually going to try and make it look good. I'm going to get some boxes up and get stuff moving around so you can actually see all that fun stuff. But on the other side, we got a Riven, we got a Sivir, we got a Silas, which I believe is going in the jungle, and then the Nautilus and Echo. So a little bit of a wonky draft, a lot of close quarters battles, which I feel lends itself really, really well to Team Booty Slapper style. You look at the Orange, you look at the Rumble, you look at this Thresh, like all of these are meant to counter when in close quarters. Like these are great champions for knockups, for CC, for melting pots, like this is perfect for them. So it actually really, really worries me. Taking a look at Arya's, taking a look at Max Aura and seeing what they're doing here. So I'll be very, very interested to see if they can pull it off. I'm not sure, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. So here's hoping. And let me get things moving here as well. Oops. That's gonna burn my eyes later. I take that back. And then, here we go. That is what I wanted. That looks like dog as well. We will leave it at that and pray that works. Okay. Appreciate it. I appreciate everyone's patience because I am not good at this. So, oh geez.
These things are killing. Oh, yeah. That's the spot.
Give me 1 second, everyone. Oops. There we go. There we go. And then, there we go. God, it'll look so much better tomorrow, quite honestly. All right. Let me get all this adjusted because I can't do this on my own time because I'm bad. Oops. I know you can't really read the names. I apologize. I also realize, hold on. No, my HUD skill is pretty large, actually, I think. Wow, that just looks tiny on my end. All right. Well, there you go. Those are your teams. Those are your set to go. And we are off for game number 3. Exciting, exciting stuff here. We are set, off and rolling. Actually, I could probably bring up the minimap. Whee! That's huge.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Bam. A little bit easier to see. We rolling. Game number 3. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, hey, Orbital, why are we showing Max R again? We saw them win just recently. It's fine. And I say because we're actually watching more for Booty Slapper. Booty Slapper here in Group B has looked to be an exceptional talent, and they are currently 2-0. So they are in an amazing spot to go 3-0, get that first place standing, and look to run their way home. What we saw just there, though, is Booty Slapper, though, making sure they have the ability to chase down if they so wish. Ghost popped by Midorima, who is actively going a much more aggressive Ashe build, saying, hey, I'm going to step up. It's actually challenged by Shun as well. No extra teleports, obviously, no APs in there. But this is much more forward and aggressive. Both teams saying, we got to get away, but we also got to chase him down. So a start off burning the flash out of Arya, whereas Midorima will lose the Ghost, meaning if that hook lands, you have to force a flash. Alright, also, for anyone interested, I believe I have this up. There we go. It looks like ass. Don't worry about that. That is the... Okay, I don't know why it's like that. I gotta change that real quick. It did not look right. That's my bad. Change that so there's at least spaces in between. Alright. I mean, this is just regular fighting, right? Nothing's gonna happen. Okay, that should do it. Alright, so let's try this again. Let's see if it pops off this time. See how it looks. I tried. I don't know how to set that. I'll figure it out later. I'm so done with that. Alright, but that's the tournament information. There you go. Taking a look, though, that's a hook and a half. Mugi making sure there isn't too much left to the thought process there. And more options being abound. It's going to be a jump forward, but Kraus trying to get some extra damage. Pizza Man swinging right back. Flash forward, though, saying, hey, Kraus, you got flash, but there's not much more to play with. Jamikin ready and willing to take that fight. But early trades overall, leaning one way or the other. The reason I say that is we are seeing still yet another invade. Arya and Jamikin looking to try and find Booty Slapper, who does not have flash. They're going to catch him right outside the line of jungle, and that's first blood. Max Aura finding one, yet another. Kraus getting an annihilation leap forward, and Pizza Man couldn't even flash. Jungle and mid going down in tandem right there really does hurt. Really, really nice start, because not only that, you take a look at where everyone is positioned. Arya was, of course, able to get a nice little farm topside. Able to give a little bit of punch, but there's going to be a jump forward. Midorima stepping up here. Good auto attacks being thrown down here. Stepping away. Shun able to have that extra ghost, but look at the damage coming out. Midorima came back with the coal and just blows through the HP of Angel Boy. What a walk. Mugiwara on the Thresh, making it happen. And picking up a kill back for Team Booty Slapper. Nice job. Now on the top side, we're seeing Arya getting ganked here, and Booty Slapper ready to go. But of course, Arya has a lot of versatility and movement. Might be able to kind of dance your way out. I believe Arya is actually waiting for a couple of the cooldowns to come up board, and still waiting for Jamikin. And in comes Jamikin as that's a flash forward. Wily, not too wily about it, and that's 3 feet of warfare. Hand it over to Max Aura. Good punches coming down, though, as Booty Slapper is able to answer back, but Jamikin has the red buff plus extra refresh spells. That's freedom galore. Booty Slapper goes down. Overall, 3 in the pocket of Jamikin, who we saw last time playing that very lethally efficient champion of the Ivern. This time around on another AP carry in the jungle. Honestly, I am loving what we're seeing from both squads. Being very, very fight heavy. Kills so far leaning into Jamikin's way. Max Aura saying we can fight this. Now Mugiwara stepping up though once again, and Kraus recognizing that, hey, I can't really fight this. We have play back though, almost no mana. Good dodge down. Kraus with that extra speed up, a built-in phase rush, if you will. Ping's coming out here. The rest of the team is trying to collapse in. Mugiwara cheating up towards that top side. Doesn't get the stun down. This is going to be a dragon feint, is the best way to put it. Jamikin and Angel Boy. Oh no, Mugiwara, no, you went the wrong way, buddy. Buddy. Hook doesn't land though. It hit the short part of the wall. And this gives a chance back. Mugiwara is now going to step in, but Pizza says, I'm here to play. Unfortunately, those here to play are only those from Max Aura as Booty Slapper is being annihilated. Another discovery in the enemy jungle means it is Max Aura to sit at 7 kills. And at this point, game is starting to get a little bit out of hand. Fighting looks terrifying overall. And I say that like League isn't all based around fights. I don't know why I said it that way, but I did. And I think it really comes down to the fact that, you know, Team Booty Slapper, they're a level 6 squad. Once you hit level 6, hey, you have all these ultimates, you have the CC, you have the ability to fight, but so far, Max Aura is showing that they can fight with the best of them no matter what. A little bit of a charge forward as you can see Wily overshoot the pillar just by a wee bit. Thankfully, it wasn't on the rough side of the corner, which is allowing Arya to really get some extra damage down. In the mid lane, we're watching Krauts get a fight off once again. Pizza Man trying to step up to battle, but I don't think it's really going to be enough. You can see a nice time winder slows them all down. Krauts is able to save that ult, which means you also get another get out of jail free card. One of the big things is Minecraft is running the Ignite over the TP. I can't even talk about that because right now Arya has to dance, flash out to safety. You know Riven has more than enough space to get away. Midorima not allowed to follow through, so the Crystal Arrow goes wide. Set to go though. Collapse coming in, 5-man strong from Booty Slapper. They're willing to bring this fight. I don't think everyone knows it. In goes the equalizer. Arya realizing that they're lost, and Angel Boy next on the chopping block. Hook over the wall ain't gonna land, but Pizza Man chases him down. And it is perfection culminated in a 3-0 plus grubs. That's just like that. Team Booty Slapper right back in the game. Well worth stuff. I can only think that it's going to be dangerous on either end, considering we are almost breakneck pace. 5 and 7. Yes, gold leans into Max Aura as they take this dragon. I mean, is it really going to be enough? And now I realize why my mini-map should be scaled down a little bit more. There we go. I did not know Akshan said Akshan away. Very silly stuff there. But taking stock here, both teams just kind of jockeying for position. We see no lane swaps this time around. Keep in mind, last time, watch a few lane swaps go down. I would say they did what they wanted. I wouldn't say it was perfect, but of course, I think I was thrown off by the tower dice in game 1, quite honestly. So it's been a time and a half. But Arya dancing into that mix on this Riven does want to try and get the damage down. Now, of course, is it really going to be enough? It's an Ornn. You're only going to really tag them out. Really, you're just trying to force this wave underneath the tower. Wily themselves, though, is going to dance out and away. And yeah, you like this. You're trying to freeze the wave on Arya, which is what Arya did not want. And that's going to be the difficult part. So Arya has to walk away. Isn't allowed to stay in lane. Good freeze here by Wily. Is it going to be enough? I think it actually pushes back out. And now with that Sunfire burning, Arya isn't really overly worried about it. There's a chunk out though. So top lane, it is what it is. With Dragon being taken, of course, on the other side, it's no big deal. And mid lane has been all but quiet as well. By the way, this is not just me as we're looking at a tower dive here. This is all the game. Directed Cam saying we want to look at the top side, and it is going to be the fight all the way in. Quick dive underneath as it's the Ornn crossing paths. More of it though. Huge arrow from downtown lands, and it will be Pizza Man to get revenge. No reliving of that history though, as Jamakin might be in for a tough time. The auto attacks and the 3-proc is huge. Bring out the final shots as Pizza Man brings them on home. A quick stun though inside of the river brings a whole different world of pain as Angel Boy has stepped away from the battle. Ignite goes down, dubstep it up. It will be death across the board, but what a big win by Team Booty Slapper as they were able to collect, I believe, for their top laner's death, 3 in their favor. I guess top lane and Booty Slapper overall, but still very well tailored. And they're right back into the game. It's a 1k difference, which is almost nothing. You can see where a lot of that gold lies. Keep in mind, Jamakin and Kraus have all the kills for the team. Now, this is good or bad, depending on how you're looking at it. Kraus is going to be a huge powerhouse early on with that Lich Bane in hand. On the flip, Booty Slapper, 2, 4, and 5, has that ability to play in with that mix. Pizza Man having a few extra in the back as well. Midorima has only 1, and that's why you're trying to dance for safety. But what an arrow, point blank denied. And again, beautiful job there. So, both teams vying for a chance at supremacy. Both teams have actively been chasing almost in harm's way. As now Kraus is about to go down, but a good catch by Jamakin, saying, I have full HP, I can fight this, this is doable. Another firing fight though, as that's a hook to draw him away. Pizza Man about to dance around as Kraus can't get away. And that's the hunt for Red October. But the sub is just about sank, as you've unfortunately fallen far, far lower. Pizza Man gets his support killed behind. All for 1, and Booty Slapper might be next. Arrow lands though, and that's enough to save Booty Slapper. All of a sudden, things have gone awry. And Max Aura say thank you so much for the lead once again.
Will soon fall.
It's a never-ending torrent of death and destruction across both ends, and I'm loving it. Again, 5-1 on Mighty Kraus. We're seeing 5-2 on Jamakin. These 2 carries that we've seen do very, very well in the previous game. This time around, a little bit more heavy-handed on the dueling and on the power fighting, but again, a double ADC composition here can do a lot of work. Good step out of that stun, though, as Mighty Kraus has to try and run away, but Mugiwara is here. Good speed up on the far end. Gonna get out safety. Dragon up in 20 seconds means it's a fight for this stacking. And I'm wondering, Jamakin all the way on the top side of the map, I don't think is really within reach. Would have to sprint from base. It's not the greatest dragon in the world. Again, it's a cloud. It's not one that you'd sit there and say, I really, really need it. But, I mean, you do want to collect. You do want to sit yourself at 2. You didn't get the grubs behind. So, kind of duking it out around this position, I would say. Wanting those global objectives. They're definitely going to look at it. Ward cleared out. Hawkshot, though, ensuring that eyes are seen. Keep in mind, Arya currently proxy farming. Bit of a knockback though. Dragon started up by 5 and expenditures there. Dragon power down with power of all the members. His collection. So 2 global objectives headed over to the other pocket. Booty Slapper now caught out in the wrong spot. I don't know if you really want to be here. Watch that burn. Kraus very happy. Booty Slapper now having to go down here. And that spot was just rough. But Arya diving under tower, looking for yet another Midorina, but getting jumped on. And Max Aura says thank you very much. Mugiwara straggling behind. And it's rough to say, but the team has been split and Max Aura gain 3. Huge boon for themselves. TP across the map as Arya gets safety. But yet another tower dive, and Jimmick is like, I want to fight this. Redemption coming on in here. Heals up almost no one, but Pizza Man able to stay alive for a little bit longer. Quick dive one more time. But the shielding is big. Are you going to go down? Yes, you will. But no kill behind. That was a very, very dirty dive. But at least no one died this time around. With that sound, the gongs ring, meaning the gold lead is above the 5 to 6K mark. It means we get to watch the bounties come into play. For the side of booty slappers, you have to hold on for dear life. It's not looking great, I gotta say. Not the end of the world, but it's not looking great. I have no other ways to put it. It's rough. It is extremely rough for them. They don't have the upgraded boots, multiple upgraded boots on the part, and heavy in the itemization right now. Herald is available, but it is going to be covered by the side of Max Aura, and you're still waiting for your comp to really come online. Pizza Man sitting at 1.5 items. Went for more move speed instead with the symbiotic boots, but you got them so late. Normally, if you're running symbiotics, in my opinion, you want to gather those so early to get stacking because it links with TP. I don't know if it's really going to work. However, there's a little bit of a dive underneath as yet again we're finding another pick. Mighty Kraus, though, dancing their way to safety. Good flash play, keeping Kraus in the mix. In goes with the chrono break. Although I don't think you're going to get away. Quick power through as a final harpoon to the backside. Gives Booty Slapper the kill. Arya pushing up on the top side. We're seeing kind of blow for blow now. Gathering of 3. Pizza Man can't really stay here, but Arya ready to dive this tower. Jimmikin says, I have the shred if we so wish. Don't know what we're going for here. This is going to be that depth charge. It was a flash away. I don't know what Angel Boy's doing, though. Angel Boy did not get the message. Arrow from downtown lands even further. And Wildly will take the free kill. What a painful rebuttal here. TP coming in as well on the hunt just to get away because you are actually the hunted. With that call down, Shun steps away with the rest of the team. So a little bit of a hiccup, a little bit of a trip up, but not the end of the world. However, communication needs to be clear. I was mentioning before that Booty Slapper, they have a very good composition for denial. If we get into multi-melee range, you're not going to enjoy this a lot. What you are going to enjoy is another catch like this one. Pizza Man flashes away to safety, getting out from that stasis, but you still lose Booty Slapper. Pizza Man able to run away. Everyone's trying to haul butt away, and I don't think that chain is going to land. Very nice volley coming out of Minarima. They are going to play safe. However, Booty Slapper goes down, burn the flash just before Dragon, which means Max Aura have free reign over this objective for the next about 4 minutes. Take a look, this game slowly unfolding. We haven't really seen any major comebacks from any of the teams. They have been definitely a little bit more one-sided. This one feels probably the closest we've seen thus far. A little bit of a fight back. We saw, I believe, Team Faj try and make a comeback, got an ace when they weren't really expected to. This one feels like a lot more picks. Zarya out of spell reeling. Arrow goes downtown. Everyone misses, but it's enough. Arya trying to get over to Minarima, but it's not going to happen, and Jamikin was in the area. Not able to help out. Just in time as well. When you catch Arya, who is down for about 30 seconds, all of a sudden those scales do tip. Kraus has a chance. Kraus currently with Protobelt Lichbane in hand. He can do a lot of work here if given the right opportunity. Here comes a TP. It's going to be a 5v4. 10 seconds until Arya comes into play. Good grab, hijacking the Ornhorn. This is doable. Dragon is taken quite low. Is it going to happen, though? Ball on the backside. Mighty Kraus going in, trying to section the rest of the team. Mugiwara is now caught. Dragon still burning down, though, and this is exactly what you want. If you are a team Booty Slapper, you get one, but you lose two, and now you have to run for your life. TP onto the far back side, so you know they got a battle, and Team Booty Slapper are getting chewed apart. Shun even able to take down the very tanky Ornn, and Pizza Man is gonna try and hide out. No room to play. Pizza Man nommed up so quickly. It ain't no way to play. Ace for Max Aura as they are running this show. Crazy action overall. But it is now falling into the wayside of the brawlers. Hefty amount of brawling opportunity. You can see they have all the compositions. They don't care as long as it's not a wombo. They are good. Kraus now on the hunt once again. Mugiwara like, bro, stop. Don't want to deal with you. Another catch on the back end. Mugiwara really doesn't have much to play. Arya, though, hunting on the backside and finds Booty Slapper. Booty Slapper not in the right position. Has no flash. Huge guard across the top of the head as Arya slaps down that booty. Another mix on the back end as the rest of the team comes in, but Mugiwara hiding out underneath the tower. Kraus can't finish the kill off, though. But it is enough. This is a boomerang over the wall. Are you kidding me? Shun said thank you. And a pickup upon pickups as Wily chased into their own base. Are you kidding me? Jamakin is actually hunting and is on the wrong side of the map. Pizza Man saying, I can do this. I have some damage. But in comes Angel Boy, and Angel Boy's alone. Jamakin is like, oh crap, I'm there, so flash away. In goes the arrow, though. The hijack crystal arrow allows Jamakin to pick up 2. The Silas now 9, 2, and 10. Yet again, 25 stacks on the Medjais. 2-0 Booty Slappers. 2-1 more, it looks like. Pizza Man can do almost nothing, but there is the revival with the rest of the team hauling butt. Revival of 2, but isn't enough as Shun still picks away 1. Arya hunting down Booty Slapper, but the tower dive might go a little bit awry. Flashing away to safety, but you dive right back in. And you'll trade your life for that battle. Overall, though, with an extended battle, fights across the entirety of the map, we're still looking at double the amount of kills. Max Aura maxing out their number of kills, 14 above Team Booty Slapper. Ridiculous work here at the end of the day. And honestly, again, we get to see these teams possibly play again. Now, granted, they aren't going to be playing against each other. The groups will now be melded after this round into the group stage. 4th seed of Group B will face off against 1st seed of Group A, just as in any regular tournament. The tournament standard, of course. I don't know why it'd be run any other way. Sometimes, you know, it can be difficult. A little bit of a sprint, though. As you can see, the rest of Booty Slapper saying, okay, they have a little time to breathe. That entire exchange, any fighting is good for them if they are able to collect kills. The problem, of course, is they weren't really able to collect as many as they would wish. You knocked away 1 bounty on the far end on that Silas, but you need more, right? You need to find that Echo. You need to find that Sivir, who is sitting at 4-0 and 8, by the way. Shun has been doing monstrous work here.
Me help. Torpedo.
I love that, by the way. Arya trying to hunt down Pizza Man, and Akshan was gone. Uh-oh. Well, that's going to be a nice little hook. Immediate call down. It's Jamakin. You ain't running away, buddy. You are in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it's a chomp and a half. Well done, as multi-pings come out here. Dragon up in about 35, but Baron is much more tasty because you took the jungler down. They can have it, though. Kraus has all summoner spells up and available. You can blow up 1 target easily. Yurima now getting caught. Oh, no! Good hook back. Is the heal going to be enough? There is no heal. Of course, Redemption comes down to help out, but you have to peel off of this Baron. Of course, Arya getting choked out. What a slap! The Riven with a broken blade sings home. And there ain't no way about it. Kraus is mighty and formidable. As without Jamikin, Max Aura pays tribute in the best way possible. Swings for the fences. And in a 4v5 aces team booty slapper.
Lord and Ace.
With no one on the table. No room to work. Freedom. Baron will slowly be chunked. A dragon is available. And theoretically, Shun could have walked over and gotten that dragon. But there's no need. Oh. Equalizer though. As Shun didn't want to burn the flash, just ate the loss, said, yeah, I kind of deserve that, which is fair. Arrow from downtown as Midorima was looking for a chance and a half. But I respect it. Shun said, I don't want to lose flash here. No reason, because we got dragon coming up. We got a push coming up. I might need that for a better engagement. That's still gold in the booty slapper's pocket. You're trying to finish up that Zanya's ASAP. But they are looking. Dragon now started on the far end. 10k available. You're going to drag it out of the pit, which is the right call. Mugiwara is the only one in play though, so no real chance. Instead, it's going to be a diversion on the flip side. Mugiwara holding on. Wily and Booty Slapper, I don't think want anything to do with this. Not the spot to be in. To flash away, another hook lands, but where's that damage? Arya getting chunked out here. What a kite between the two DPS in the mid lane. However, the fight's truly in the jungle, where we do see the rest of this Max Aura stand. Now the Zanyas are starting to get a little bit messy here. Jamikin trying to dance onto Midorima as Midorima stays alive. Flash over by Angel Boy as they stay alive, but Pizza Man gonna do their best to try and shred through as the cleanup could be huge. Another opportunity of bounds as out goes Jamikin. Hatchback on the other side as Angel Boy goes down. Stepping away though. Said maybe I don't want this as Kraus comes in with another stasis. And surprisingly, it's neither an ace on either end. Multiple low HP bars on the end for Max Aura as they weren't able to finish off Wily as quickly as they wanted. The HP drain is huge. Pizza Man being able to step alive. And Midorima kiting out so well. The fact that Arya went down so quickly meant that that side lane action, that mid lane fight that was a secondary, wasn't able to be completed. So we're seeing the lives of Midorima and Pizza Man, the double ADC. It's working wonders, and it still gives them a little extra gold. Remember, Team Booty Slapper has been down for the entirety of the game. They know they're behind, so any fight is going to yield gold and control to them. At this point, yes, you didn't kill Mighty Kraus. Yes, you didn't kill Shun. It doesn't matter. You're still getting gold in your pocket to a point where if we crest into that 33-34 minute mark, you might be able to play with a 4.5 item dependent. The overarching theme, though, is the fact that, as I mentioned before, the compositional difference is a little bit weirder. There's so much forward momentum, but it's 4 players dancing into the palms of an Ornn, into a Rumble, into a Thresh that is very difficult to reach the back line if everyone groups up. And now they have to run. That's not a good place to be in. Jamikin has to run away, but you're about to lose all your stacks on your Mejais. And down you go. It's such a free pickup. You knock out another 10. Now you can look towards that mid lane. Yes, on the bottom side, Kraus is going to push. But again, you get kills, which is so nice for the team. Kraus, though, saying, okay, let's make you pay. Pizza Man gonna try and dance. No dance at all. Good auto attacks, though, as Kraus isn't able to finish off the kill. And that definitely doesn't feel good. Red buff stolen away by Kraus. In comes Mugiwara and Midorima. Tower goes down. Quick auto attack play. Another catch on the back end. Hook lands and you do catch him, but the extra shield is going to be huge. Midorima going to try, but that's a huge shutdown. Midorima gathers what I believe is 1,000 total gold to your pocket alone. 700 on that bounty hit. Huge pickup as Wily and Pizza Man are now rushing down Arya. Is it going to be enough, though? I do not think so. You got enough. You can go back. You can pay the price because guess what? Midorima gets a chance to play. We're looking at an extended 2.7k in Midorima's pocket, plus the ornaments now coming out. We are getting these upgrades in such a good stance that the next Baron and Dragon, it will come down to how it's played, I think. It will be heavily contended on who gets a better engagement and who is found, and that terrifies me. As I catch my breath, I get some of the messages out that I do need to put out. I'm so sorry, everyone. We're rocking. And you can see, there wasn't anything really going on. That is why I took it there. It's a little bit of dead time. A lot of people like to call it, I think, like the 4 minutes of hell or something like that, where nothing really happens around the map. We are watching, though, as Midorima gets his ult stolen again. The Crystal Arrow has been such a huge piece of how a fight back from Jamikin works, as that's going to be the fight right back. Mighty Kraus, though, can't really find it, but they do find Mugiwara. That's pick number 1. However, they expended a lot. Jamikin isn't able to get the chains, but they dive in. What a respawn. What a catch right now. We're in that late game where the fight is so clean. Double ADC rocking away. And the initial burst is no longer Arya over the wall, though, saying, please give me this chance. Pizza Man getting jumped on. Arya able to fire back, and all of a sudden, you are in melee range. Booty Slapper ready to play, but guess what? Mugiwara got respawn, and now you get to chase a little bit further. Is it going to be enough, though? As what a power-up! Midorima, final volley to end! That's my TO, baby! Ace for Team Booty Slapper! It ain't a matter of gold, it's a matter of determination and guts. Team Booty Slapper, fire off a nasty volley of fights, and I said it. It is all about the engagement. That engagement hurt so much. Watching that go down, watching that battle, you saw Jamikin wanted a carry, almost got to Midorima. But Mugiwara did an exceptional job, and everything had to go right. Number 1, Mugiwara goes down. Fine. But Pizza Man follows up with the kill, respawns. Mugiwara gets right back onto the battlefield, able to help out with a couple hooks and running an extra body. It was so clean. And now it's actively Max Aura that are kind of put into this difficult position. They're the ones that are having to rush on the Baron. It is possible. It is very, very doable. Jamikin is there. But will you lose more players? Smite away. Arrow goes wide. No. You don't want to fight. So, no soul to play with. Baron in hand, though. I'm wondering. Horn to come out. Wily, you don't really want to die here. What a catch on the back end. Midorima is not in a good spot. You're trying to run for your life. Good flash away. Horn back, though. Sets him up. Midorima, you can't be there, though. What a chunk. Down you go. That's a lot of your DPS gone. Booty Slapper's about to burn as well. Kraus recognizing you don't want to be here. And a quick rebuttal chrono break. That's not my TO. That's going to be Max Aura giving the opponents hope before they dash it all away. A misstep, a miscue, and a missed death brings about pain as they were on the cusp. But Booty Slappers go down. Max Aura win this game and push up to 2-1 here in the group stages. Everything could have gone right. They were fighting back. Team Booty Slapper, they did their best. But it came so close. I know the scoreline didn't look like it, but the fact that the fights were that difficult to overwhelm, it is rough. It is rough. But Max Aura, what a bloody battle from start to finish, carried the gold lead. Yes, it got close within 1K, but in essence, played it out so well. I'm excited because that's only 3 games. We have a full series after this one with all teams getting a chance and a go at the battles. So with that being said, please stick around. Raina's Kingdom's $1,000 Fearless No Bans Tournament will be continuing day 1 for another series. It's going to be a treat because we're going to look at hopefully a few more squads. And then it'll be on to day number 2. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in so far. And we'll see you all in about, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes as we wait for the rest of the games to complete. Alrighty, we are back for the quarterfinals. You know what it is. You know it's a good time. And it's going to be a treat and a half. So, we are diving on in to our quarterfinals, as I should probably do this because I'm an idiot and didn't do it earlier. Let me show you what the bracket looks like. So we had an amazing set of teams. I obviously should have had this prep beforehand, which I apologize about. Whoop. This is the lobby, of course. I should probably change that. My bad. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me quickly dive on in. And it is... There we go. There we go. That's the bracket that I wanted. Here's the bracket. So we got the ever so lovely Team Cupid going up against Team Chen Chen. Team Booty Slapper going up against Team Kitsuo. Team Max Aura going up against Team Levitate. Team Foj versus Team Alorim. For those kind of wondering what these standings were in the group stages, this is where we were at. We had everyone advance, of course, but Team Cupid took their group stage 3-0, followed by Team Foj, followed by Team Kitsuo, followed by Team Levitate. In Group B it was Max Aura, who won 2-1 and beat Booty Slapper in the head-to-head, followed by Team Alorim and Team Chen Chen, with Team Alorim winning over Team Chen Chen. So Team Chen Chen are at the bottom. What that does also mean, though, is the fact that currently we have a little bit of a wait. We are actually diving right on into a draft. So we should have that pulled up if I'm not a complete donut. There we go. We are into draft. I didn't realize they were ready so far, as we have Team Chen Chen over on that blue side. We haven't seen them yet today, which is why I wanted to cast this one. And then we have Cupid on the other side. This is a fresh set, very, very fresh draft, meaning we have all bans and all picks are available now. Obviously, no bans so far, so that's what's going to be held. We got Syndra, Darius, and Graga so far for Team Chen Chen, a very bulky style here. But for Cupid's side, going once again, very aggressive, very, very forward momentum, right? You got the Zed, you got the Rek'Sai, you got the Talia. We've seen Cupid with the Rek'Sai before. Does a lot of really good work. Loves the tower dive, loves to get in there. Also, big shout out to the Zed, a Raina special. We love to see it. We love the appreciation in there. They're going to be rocking that one, and then Talia on the flip. So decent all around. Now, looking at what could come out here, because you basically selected the entirety of the top side of the map. So you have a majority share, heavy engagement, heavy forward thinking. Obviously, the mid laners are mages, but Keep It last time did run the double APCs. So to go back into it would be a giant question mark. Are you going to fall back into the double AP? This was actually done with the Syndra specifically. So if you do want to run that double AP, it is very doable. However, voice crack, if you run it, it feels like it's going to be a little bit too obvious. On the flip side for Chen Chen, you're not going to run double AP. You already have the Gragas, you have the Syndra. Gragas is a pseudo AP is what I like to say. It flexes more into the HP value. But last minute selection here, it is going to be the Lux. Now, I'm not sure if that's a Lux support or not. I might still have to kind of rack my brain about that one. But I will double check that at the end of the day. And for this other side, I'm wondering... Ooh. Okay, Chen Chen rocking out with the Akshan possibility. Now, I do believe Akshan actually got a few changes, which is why we're seeing it crop up. Granted, there are some players that this is a way to actually deal with your opponent. Is remember, this is full Fearless now. Obviously, we have no bans, but stealing away a champion away from your opponent is a valid strategy. Do I say do that all the time? Absolutely not. Please don't do that. That is a very quick fire way to lose if you don't practice that champion. But is it going to yield some results? Possibly. That also puts the Syndra down into the bottom side. You put the Akshan into mid. You can walk a little bit further across the Talia. You can bully the Talia out if you get the auto attacks down. It is doable. Or if you're putting the Akshan into the bottom lane to get closer to the Lux, closer to those APs, it is doable as well. Mostly because I believe that might be a Zed top. Now, if you're dancing is a whole different story. If we watch Q-Pick, instead say it's Talia Lux on the bottom lane, which I've seen some videos on, it gets very silly, it gets very annoying in terms of combination power and in terms of ramp up. So, you know, there's a lot of contention about what it could be, but there's a last pick coming in here, and no, it is going to be the Leona. So, I want to say that's Lux Leona. I wonder if Cupid actually just picked an order there. I don't know. Okay, so we gotten word that it is Zed mid. And everyone's a little bit confused, which I love. We're trying to figure out exactly what's going on. I love it. I love it so much. You can hear the dings in the back. I do apologize. But we have an idea. We are getting a taste and a half of what's to come. Sounds like it's Akshan mid with the Gragas in the jungle. Darius top, Syndra bot side, which makes sense. And then for Cupid side, it is Zed mid, a Rek'Sai possibly top. So, yeah, we'll see what goes down. Do I have confidence in this draft at all? Absolutely not. I have no idea what to expect right now. I'm terrified as well, as this could be horrendous overall. Let's go ahead. We'll take a look at what this draft is. Yeah, okay, so Talia in the jungle, Rek'Sai top against the Darius of all things, with a Lux versus Syndra matchup on the bottom side. To introduce on the side of Team Chen Chen, we have Retired Kled, L9 Rondon, Chen Chen in the mid, and then Turtle Epic at APC or ADC, and then Alonzo at that support. Very, very comfortable composition and a team overall. We've seen them rock out pretty dang well before, so very much a welcome sign. Let me also get all of this in order. There we go. I'm hoping my game didn't just freak out on me. I have no idea what to expect, so this could be really, really good or really, really bad. There we go. Holy moly, I got scared. All right, so we should be good. So, looking at this draft though, I'm not sure how it's gonna go down. Again, this is game 1 of a BO3, so you know, toss out what you wish, go ham, have fun. But like, it's a wild little shake here, and I'm very, very scared of how it's gonna play out. This is a very damage centric setup here on the side of Team Chen Chen. You have the Syndra for burst. Akshan, which is good kiting. Darius obviously is going to wreck in an extended team fight. So overall, you have the ability to dish out damage. and they can just like run you over. On the flip, you look at Team Cupid. This is a comp that I feel basically wins early or wins never. Like, it's a Talia, it's a Zed, it's a Lux. None of these champions feel great scaling into the late game. And it's just like, will it reach late game? Probably not. My assumption is we're going to end somewhere around like 27 minutes. Because at that point, it's either we see the actual end of the game or we see a half end of the game, meaning we see the point in no return. We see the point where there is no chance for Team Cupid to really come back with a composition, or they just beat the game outright. You know, they win lane pretty heavily. They get the Zed ahead. They get the Lux ahead. Rek'Sai's fed. You know, if all things go to plan, they can end the game at like 24, 25 minutes and just say, screw the Akshan, screw the Darius, screw the Syndra, screw the Gragas. We'll just take over the game that way. So there are options. Is it going to work? I have no idea. Do I trust either of these teams to be able to pull it off? Absolutely not. We've seen chaos, and I believe it was Team Cupid that we saw earlier that just everything went 15 ways of sideways in the tower dives until the, I want to say, 4th tower dive of the game, and then we actually saw some value there. So it's just like, you know, take it for what it is. That's all I'm gonna say there. All right, as we load on into game, once again, if you like what you see here, if you are enjoying what you see across the board, I highly recommend you join in on Raina's Discord. I'm gonna link that here very shortly. Please join in on the action as well. Go ahead, enjoy all the action, enjoy the fun, because that's what we're here for. Let me also go ahead and pull that up because we got a little bit of time. For those watching on the YouTube, sorry, this doesn't apply to you as much as I love y'all, but yeah. If you are new here, this is Raina's stuff. She is the sponsor. This is also her tournament overall. This is why we're here, to show love to Raina and to give back to the community. She is an awesome person. Go watch her YouTube and all that stuff. Also, go ahead, give her a follow on Twitch as well. She streams a bit more now. I want to say this is hers. I'm very bad at this, so I'm actually going to double check before I do anything.
Minions has spawned.
Double check before anything else. Okay, I think it's there. Yep, go ahead, give Raina a follow as well, please, and enjoy. All right, let's take a look here. Chen stepping in. And already we got some chatters in there. I love it. Little bit of silliness, little bit of chaos, and hopefully a good old time. But already, again, this is a very silly matchup, I feel like. It's very explosive, and for Team Cupid, oh, I should have actually the tags on, which should work. I think that might be large enough. I'll have a proper setup later, which it'll look 10 times better tomorrow, I promise. But we got Team Chen over on the blue side and Team Cupid on that red. Rolling on through here. See exactly how this plays out. Again, it's a little bit slower right now. And again, when it comes to APs and the bot side, you don't fight until like level 3. You fight anytime earlier, it's just like, why? Why would you fight? There is no reason to do so. You have 0 kill threat. You're also not poking most of the time, unless it's like a Hui. Hui has good poke and all that stuff, but it's just like, why would you fight? That's so dumb. Really, we are just banking on that CS, making sure you're farming up, prepping for your enemy side. As we do see an invade, by the way. Heads up to retired Kled, who actually invaded very early on, stepping out and away from White Snow, saying, let's go ahead, get some wards down, keep eyes on where Biostir currently is. And I think that's smart. I think it's very, very appropriate. You keep eyes there, and go ahead and lean into the fact that we got to keep eyes on where the Tali is. Maybe we can get some extra damage down, especially because you are looking for that top side. White Snow not enjoying this battle right now. Massive burn, and you're going to try and jump away. What a catch on the back end. White Snow might be able to heal up, but the bleed is calling your name. You live with an absolute sliver of HP. Retired Kled showing them how it's done, and I mean, this Darius versus Rek'Sai matchup, it's a very painful one. It's going to be a nice Zenith Blade, but what a rebuttal. Perfect pulverized headbutt. Not a chance of destruction. So only main action is on the top side of the map. Keep it clean, keep it fine, and don't go too crazy on the battlefield. Coming around the corner though. Sachaya, no wards, scanning out L9. Rondon watching as that clone goes down, and Sachaya forced into a battle that probably didn't want. Now he's zoomed down to the bottom side as that's a headbutt backwards. Lucky Fam gets a tower shot, but you had the W up, so you had a little extra armor and magic resist. The problem being is Turtle Epic is ready to go with a few more orbs. You can chase this down. Heal comes out here with the Unsealed Spellbook, forcing the flash out of Fam. The time overall is we're starting to see bounces between all the teams, or all the players themselves, losing Summoner Spells left and right. Flash down from Lucky Fam, heal gone from Alonso. And granted, Alonso has the Unsealed Spellbook, but burning these early is huge. Chen, of course, without Flash. Rondon without Flash as well. Flash out now from Bioster because Retired Kled is invading inside the enemy side jungle. It's chaotic, and it's beautiful all the same. Catch on the far end as Sachaya getting pretty much reaped under that tower. That extra damage from Chen is huge, and you almost got a double burst, I think, off. You had an auto attack pattern of 5, which is why we saw the pop number 1 with 1 in pocket. So making sure to utilize that Akshan very, very efficiently, which I appreciate. Dragon spawning here as well. We're looking at that ocean to start things off. A very comfortable dragon, nothing too crazy, which we like. We're going to see a bit more. Cupid still waiting to kind of recall here. Has actually done a really, really nice job of keeping that CS number up. We're going to see a freeze come out here because of an earlier recall by Cupid and Lucky Fam. Is it really going to be that big of a worry? I don't know. Turtle Epic has been farming up well on their own. Is about, I want to say, a wave behind. Nothing crazy, but yeah, there's the TP that we know it is always going to come through, and that gives pressure over. It's a lost chapter only. Didn't need to use, or didn't need to worry about the pot situation. It's immediate call down. So Turtle Epic having still waited, hasn't been able to recall yet, by the way, so that's a huge hold. Cupid, though, pushing in the wave to make sure the dragon is currently started up here, which I actually really, really like. There it is. Get the dragon. You're comfortable. You're safe. Alonso isn't going to have that much to worry about here, so well played overall. Little bit of a lead over to Team Cupid right now. Rondon, though, saying, I want a chance of my own. Finds Sachaya working. And they're going to try and bait the way out, but you can't clone like the best of them, especially in a 3-1. In the 3v1 position, you do not win at all, so a rough one to say. He's the collection, of course. And with First Blood down and being handed over to Chen specifically, the Zed is falling a little bit further behind each time. Lucas Waldo on the top side is Retired Kled out of Summoner Spells, means that you're going to try and fight this 1v2, but you're a little bit low on the HP value. Good dive by the Void Rush, and White Snow picks up an easy kill. Really, really comfortable fight here thanks to Bioster. Is that a 1-1 stance? Now keep in mind, for Retired Kled, it's the same kind of situation as the Zed, however you have a lot more punching power mid to late game. I fully respect the fight up top, allowing White Snow to get a little bit more amplification, to have a little bit more fight under their belt. I like it. I really, really do. Is it going to be enough? No idea. Because, quite honestly, Rek'Sai is a good catch. I wouldn't say the best in this situation. So I want to see a little bit more. I want to see more fights, and I want to see more catches here in the 1v2s or 2v1s, whatever you want to call it. Good push out by Kled. We're going to be happy, but Sachaya yet again, good cast, but an even better clone. Sachaya Says, get out of here. Explosive cast, no worries. A lot of things going down as there's going to be another collapse here in the mid lane, but this time from the side of Team Cupic. They're the ones saying, okay, let's go ahead and play this out. But a look at the grubs as L9 Rondon able to smite away one, but not able to get two, which is a big difference. You want to gather two to gather up the major buff. It's a much higher collapse coming in from the rest of Team Cupic. Now, is it going to be enough? Smite away possibility. Good swing. Catch over as that was going to be one, but Rondon is out. Now the rest of the team is firing in. Deathmark is going to be available, but it's still a swing of 1-for-1. White Snow dances into a double knockup as right now Team Chen getting a little bit run out here. Feet of Warfare goes the way of Biostir and the rest of Team Cupic. Destruction laid to waste. But of course, the main thing is the grubs. Went the way of Team Chen, able to grab that second. Oh, Turtle Epic. Oh, no. Oh, you're almost dead. Turtle Epic is huffing it right now. Cupic just needs an auto attack. Oh, you're dead. That's going to be gone. I don't know what Turtle Epic was thinking right there. I feel bad for laughing, but like, you tried to get another auto down. You tried to get the play. I get that, but it hurts instead. The gamble did not pay off. You gave an extra 300 over to Cupic, and lane advantage and tempo as well. You take a look, is 91 to 72 CS. Turtle Epic has been on the back foot this entire time. It's a very, very rough stance to be in. It just hurts to watch overall. So, see how this plays out. Right now, gold lead swinging in favor of Team Cupic as they've gotten that lead, but it's been messy overall. It has not been clean. So if there's a way back in, I'm looking at Chen. I'm looking at Retired Kled. I'm also looking at Turtle Epic. If they can get the Unleashed Power, if they can get a kill, if they can start snowballing, that Syndra can be a huge way to kind of cut down on that burst damage on the other side. You knock out Cupic early, you knock out Sachai early, you knock out Biostir early. Who is building a little bit more squishy, by the way. It is that Blackfire Torch with a little extra behind. This is doable. You can kind of burn them away. Looking at a play here. Top side, we're still seeing a dance of 2-3 collapsing in on the mid lane. Headbutt Pulverize available. Alonzo looking for a tower dive with that Unbreakable Will, but not going to happen. Weaver's Wall coming out, but Retired Kled able to get over the wall. No shove to come through from the sidesmith. Retired Kled soaking a lot of that pressure up. Not only that, you get Eyes Biostir on the top side, means Dragon is yours if you wish, but you take a look at the massive amount of wards that have actually been placed down here on the bot side. It is disgusting. So many tailored to just make sure bottom side and mid of Team Cupic will be alive. I like it so far. Both teams kind of jockeying for position, and with that call, you say, hey, we don't see him around this dragon. We can start keeping vision. We can start getting those rotations down. Are we actually going to be able to fully fight? No idea. Do we need to? No. You rotate Cupic and Lucky Fam into that mid lane, clear the wave, get ready for the fight behind. A little bit of tussle on the far end. Alonzo, I think, was forced to flash right there as well. Of course, he was using the Unsealed Spellbook flash, so it'll be up a little bit faster. Has the heal and ignite, ready for a big battle if they wish. And Maze, we've been stuck on this topside battle for a while. Retired Kled and White Snow ready to duke it out. No major summoner spells though, as Alonzo finding a recalling Lucky Fam. Chances available. Zenith Blade doesn't go out, meaning that you are forced to fight. Solar Flare is going to land on one though as you get a catch back. And all of a sudden, Cupic say thank you very much. It's a firefight at the very end here. As Sachaya is looking for Turtle Epic, it is a 2-for-0 so far. It's a win nonetheless. No flash though on the top side. White Snow eating a lot of extra damage, but it won't be a kill. Overall, 2-for-0 for Team Cupic right there. That being said, the team fight won. Now we look for a little bit more. White Snow, though, saying, I want this battle. Quick little run out. Good dive underneath. Chen on the far end. And what a rotate. You know where White Snow's going to pop out, so you draw him to the tower with no flash. White Snow is down. And that's another kill into Chen's pocket. Great usage of that Void Rush against the Rek'Sai. Now Cupid is in a bad spot. Good little stun. Cass is going to blow them all backwards, but on the bot side, watching a whole difference as Turtle Epic is now going to get shut down. Difficult points to be had. So far, Team Chen getting lost in the sauce a little bit. Now a chase for Sachaya's life. Nice shadow out. Alonso wasn't able to get the pulverize down in time. It's gonna be more than okay here. Again, you are 4 to 8, no problems whatsoever. It doesn't feel like you've overfed any extended lane. Now, is it going to become a little bit more difficult? Yeah. Come this mid-game, once we break out of the lane phase, it's going to be rough. It is absolutely going to be rough on either side. These team fights are going to be a little bit more difficult. So, take a little time. That's going to be the scout of the week, though. Into the unleashed power, but good shielding comes out. Flash away, plus the extra shots! Chen only needs 3 to take that victory, and Turtle Epic now trying to run their life away, but getting no help from the rest of the team, so that is a 1-for-1 back. Alonso now running for their life, flashing over the wall, no headbutt pulverize, and now brings Chen in dire straits. Shachaya jumps right back as Rondon comes around the corner. Lucky Fam, though, says, we can fight this. I have teammates. I have the battle ready to go. If we so wish. Shachaya hopping over the wall, but no mana to work with and no energy. What a cast, though, to blow everyone backwards. Chen trying to get some help, but no. The repel is not going to be in your favor as Retired Kled now gets dove underneath the tower. White Snow getting revenge for earlier, and it's destruction around the battlefield as Team Cupid take lives. Too much chaotic action to be identified. It's just pure chaos, pure fun overall, it feels like. And you know, I can only imagine how much more is going to be played. And let me also bring this up because I am a dummy. Now for the rest, we are now at 16 minutes. Mid-game is officially upon us. And so far, Team Cupid are proving me wrong. They're starting to scramble very, very well. And if they can also route into an Infernal Soul of all things. That Infernal Soul could absolutely be that kind of linchpin or that stepping stone up to higher damage output. One of the things that I had to say about them is their damage thresholds, I feel like, don't scale very well into that late game. Yes, the Talia is 6-0 and 4. Massive punch behind, but is it going to withstand against some of the extra behind? Now, granted, Turtle Epic not in a great place. 0-3 and 1, just barely shy of 1 item. Is the scaling going to be there? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get enough time there. I still think at this time that Team Chen have a better composition overall, but the plays are being made by Team Cupid. Weaver's Wall being Biostar messing with his own team right now. Random Weaver's Wall just to be annoying, and I love it. Chen, as well as a few others, rotating around this bot side, but White Snow again in that Prey Seeker form, saying no biggie. I know if someone's around, it's so easy for me to find. Double pings go out, saying there's a Rek'Sai. Dragon will be available in 40 seconds. On the flip side, Biostar is saying, no worries, we'll go ahead, feature our way over to that Retail. That's an easy pickup. A final Shuriken takes it away, and that will give triple global objective and boots upgrade for the side of Team Cupid. Major laser, though, beaming across Chen as entire Kled is losing out on the life death mark is going to be available as they jump on into Doom. Biostar stirs up trouble on the top side of the map as that is a freebie plus extra tower damage. Rift Herald being dropped. I feel like they thought they had a little bit more time And so this push is actually going to be a little bit wonky. Yes, you get the tower, but I feel like you could have gotten a lot more. Good recalls coming out, though. Because of that Rift Herald being dropped in use, it is done, which now means it's a play on the other side of the map. White Snow and Lucky Fam making sure to make magic happen here, as this will now secure a heftier lead than we see right now. Putting yourself on Soul dictates a forced fight. You know where Team Chen Chen is going to be. It's perfect. Rondon, though, gonna look for a chance to steal over the wall. Only level 10, though, and it's being body blocked by quite a bit. You have explosive cast ready to go. Good shred said Shia, forcing them away. Headbutt Pulverize, though, catching Lucky Fam on the side, and it's somehow spotted away by Biostir, as Biostir, in that hectic mess, was able to pick up the dragon. However, there was a loss on the other side. Leona is down. Another pull. Retired Kled ready to get extra damage. Plus the guillotine. Cut them down. Execute more than enough. And there's the damage that we were waiting for. Team Chen Chen breathing life after losing the third Drake in a row, as Retired Kled pops off with 2 and gives their team 3. It might not be the best situation. Best would have been Rondon gets in, smites away the dragon, but my god, you already knew that was going to be a short call. You already knew that that was going to be maybe a 10% at best, and you still got kills afterwards. Such a breath of fresh air. You heard the ding one more time. That was the gold bounties dropping off here very, very shortly. It means that gold is now under about 3k. It's within range for them to catch up. And look at where that gold is. Number 1, it's on major carry number 1, which is Retired Kled. Massive amount in their bucket. Number 2 is Chen Chen now at 10k. The first to reach 10k in this game. It's very, very useful. However, the person that is not getting any sort of benefit is Turtle Epic, who we watch get annihilated yet one more time. It's a rough one, which now opens the space in the mid lane to get tower pressure down, which now pushes us into that 4k difference. Retired Kled, though, says we have a chance. You can get a collapse in. Nice headbutt Pulverize on 3. No grab. Apprehend is not going to work. Cast blows him backwards. Cupid is able to buffer themselves against that broken tower. But is it going to be enough? That's going to be a jump forward. Another laser, though, crashes on 2. It's a quick revive on 2 more as well. But the gold has already been sunk. Unfortunate prowess here by the rest of Team Cupid, as they say, you try and fight us, we decimate you. And it is a grand total of a 4 for technical 1. Unholy amounts of damage right there. And Cupid, what a play. You ran into the tower. The outer tower debris. You didn't get blown back by the explosive cast. You flash away. You pop a QE laser. Drop 2 in a frame. And say that's perfect. So well timed. Gave the edge right back. We're right back in bounty territory. And at this point, it hurts to say, but those windows of opportunity are starting to close. Originally, what I said was 25-27 minutes is where I want to see the game end. At this point, you've extended it a little bit. I would say if we're looking at Team Cupid, you can play this out to about 33-35 minutes and still be perfectly fine. Especially if you get the Infernal, extends even further. White Snow, though, says, I don't want to force anything. Biostir getting caught out a little bit here, trying to run away. No flash available. Huge cut. Laser, though, destroys Chen Chen. Cupid freebie all day long. Guillotine gets some revenge, but now it's Rondon in the wrong space. L9 takes an L.5. Retired Kled trying to run for the life, but the Void Rush finds its prey. And it's a 3-for-1 yet again. Value handed over to Team Cupid, as now they pressure down this tower. I lied. No tower. Screw the tower. Go for the Otacon. 100% agree. Of course, with Otacon going down, this now gives so much buff acquisition to the side of Team Cupid, because when they take this down, recall, get set, head straight to the dragon. Cupid getting found a little bit though. No flash available. This could be a powerful catch, but no. No major chance. Good shot back, but the laser works and it wasn't even needed. Bioster flatlines Turtle Epic. Ridiculous shot in the dark, and Cupid stays alive again. This is out of this world damage overall. And I cannot believe what is being thrown down here. Team Cupid 3-0 from the group stage. A powerful force to be reckoned with, on the verge of taking this game number 1. Another cast though, as right now this battle could be for life. Retired Kled looking to try and find a catch on Lucky Fam. However, a very nice solar flare lands on one, but Chen Chen comes around the corner. Easy pickup on that Akshan. But it has to be time. Take a look at what's going down on the top side of the map. Right now, White Snow is trying to force their way into this top side, and you're only sending Turtle Epic, who is the weakest of your team, just to clear the lane. It could be an easy tower dive that if you are not careful. Dragon started up. It's a race against the edges, and that's gonna be a draw. Nice apprehend and then some, but a death mark ain't gonna save you for long. Towers down on the top side. It's a race, and they do get it. Very nicely done, but White Snow is saying, I don't care, Turtle Epic, you're level 13. Tower goes down, inhibitor goes down as well. Good scatter the weak to slow everyone down. White Snow has that Void Rush, but the damage has been done, and you don't want to give way to anyone that respawns. So the dragon stacking has been stopped. Gold has been given back into the pockets of this group, of this team Chen Chen. And they might be able to do something, but Alonso trying to stay alive. And a cast against the wall though, so Alonso will be run down and turn into a beef fillet. It's only a support though. It's only a support, not the worst in the world. So for at this moment, you give, I would say you give a oh, what a laser, Cupid! Cupid with the laser eyesight 2020 finds Rondon. I have no idea how. I think that was a hawk, not a hawk shot, a Scryers maybe. What a lucky call. And a beautiful shot leaves him in the dirt. This Lux that is 25 stacks. Who needs an ADC when you got the APC that is quite literally a railgun? What a no. Cupid with the most disrespectful Lux play I've seen in ages. Flash, catch, singularity, laser beam, point blank. If you missed that somehow, I would have cried. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 26 minutes into this game. And now we're ready for see the end. In goes a little bit of a dive. Alonso trying to run rampant. Rondon almost given an opportunity. The cast can only do so much though. Scatterlink lands on the back end. Nice slam with that power unleashed if you wish. Worker wonders. White Snow though says no problem. I'm still tanky. I'm still healthy. I still got 5 kills to my name. Chen Chen, the lone survivor, ain't gonna be alive much longer. Team Cupid continuing their run of dominance thus far. Retired Kled wondering exactly what goes down, and it's just powerhouse on powerhouse action. Tower, Nexus, Tower 1. I can't even talk now. Nexus Tower 2 goes down, and that is that GG we were waiting for. Game 1. Going over to the favor of Team Cupid as they look to move on to the semifinals. Unyielding power is what that feels like. Very, very nicely done. And it's only going to ramp up even further. I'm terrified. I'm excited. And I hope to see even more because honestly, Team Cupid just looks so strong. Team Chen Chen had some good ideas, but Turtle Epic getting shut down in the bottom lane on that Syndra just did not feel good. And I'm very, very curious if they do swap it up. Are they going to go to a more traditional ADC? And so we'll see how much it plays out. Right now, we are going to go to a very, very short break. When we come back, it will be game number 2 of this BO3. And when we come back, we are going to be set. So please don't go anywhere. We will continue with just a bit more. Thank you so much to everyone. We'll be right back. Wait, I lied. Oops. I can do this. Someone's absolutely going to yell at me. All right, be right back, everyone. All right, who needs a break? I don't need a break because I'm slow and I totally forgot that the teams love playing this game ASAP. So we are diving on in to game number 2 almost immediately. You can see at the bottom the champions that have been picked so far already, which cannot be picked this time. Also, we have Team Cupid over on the blue side, Team Chen Chen over on the red, and now we get the signatures coming on out. We got the Aurora and Bess and Viego, not exactly the signatures, but on Team Chen Chen, retired Kled, bringing out the retired Army Yordle General in the Kled R3, which we high-key appreciate. And we're excited to watch, at least, for this current moment. Keep in mind, everyone, if you are tuning in, thank you so much to everyone who is watching. We are here with Raina's Kingdoms Tournament, League of Legends Fearless No Ban Tournament, which we are hoping becomes a bi-monthly event. She has been so awesome. If you don't know who she is, please go ahead and follow her on all social medias. She is a very, very awesome person, very, very sweet. Maybe a little bit angry whenever she plays League, but that's beside the point. I can say that because I'm here on the desk, and she can't fire me yet. We are looking at more tournaments in the future. This is a captain's draft, so you do have to sign up and play, but there might be some freedom in the future to do their own tournament setup. That is to be decided so far, but at least this one is 8 teams, 40 players total, and all players drafted. Looking at this draft, though, we got some spice in the row. It's going to be fun overall. We got a Vayne and a Lulu. Team Cupid going hardcore carry mode. Not a lick of CC except for that Mbessa with a little bit of the sun from Viego. Like, these are FU champions, pretty much. These are, if you're going to play safe, you better play smart, or else things are going to go real badly. The Vayne can hyperscale, the Viego can hyperscale, the Mbessa, the Aurora, all of these champions, if you're given a lead in the lane, you will take it away. Right now, we are looking at just a Nami at the end of the day, which is a little bit surprising, so very squishy in that way, but Vladimir, Sion, Kled, Ezreal, perfectly set up. See how it goes. And I'm very, very excited. Again, spicy draft overall. I would say the only thing that does worry me about this is, for Team Chen Chen, you are leaning on the Kled having a really good game. And hopefully running forward, because that Nami can then float between. You understand that Turtle Epic being left on their own didn't work in their favor that much. So you are basically saying, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to try and play, and we're going to leave you on an island. We're going to leave you alone, and most likely you're going to have to fend for yourself again, which is why you're on the Ezreal. So you have the Nami rotating around, helping the Kled, helping the Vladimir, or I wouldn't say Vladimir, but everyone else. So it's available. But again, Team Cupid, we saw how quickly they took over the game before and just ran the show overall, right? Like, they were just out of this world, firing on all cylinders, which I loved. Honestly, overall, it was a very clean fight, but it's just like, it won't matter where the Ezreal goes. If you fall behind like you did in game number 1, where you were down just about 20 CS by about 10 minutes in, you're not going to be able to fight back. Now, granted, it's a wholly different situation. Syndra versus Lux. Lux outranges 9 times out of 10. And it's a very difficult way to, like, get back into the mix there. You're going up against a very short-range Vayne. Now, the problem is the Lulu Vayne is a combo tried as old as time. Any extra shielding, if a polymorph goes down, you are in for a beating with at least 3 of the silver bolts, and you're kind of messed up. So that's what we're looking at. Now, on the flip, we're also waiting for a moment to see, like, the Mbessa pop off. If the Mbessa duels out and wins against, say, the Kled, that could be huge. All of a sudden, one of the win cons from Team Chen Chen is gone as well. So all these little pieces of the puzzle starting to fall together here, and I'm very curious to see how it plays out. I believe we're still waiting for a few of the players to get back. They finished the draft, obviously, and now we got to look for a little bit more. And kind of wondering. Well, we'll see how it goes. So, taking a look, we are pushing in very, very quickly. And we got word as well that Vlad mid is what they're running for. So, it should be pretty good. We are going to go ahead and dive on in. Players are set. I am set to go as well. And it's going to be very, very fun. Let's go ahead and drop that so you can see all the champions being picked and see what is available. Numero uno is the fact that it's a weird one. So it is going to be Sachaya on the Aurora mid. Last time had a very, very good game. Previously with the Talia, or not the Talia, the, I wouldn't say good game, but it was a powerful one, right? You were running the likes of the Akshan and getting away with a lot. Wait, my brain is lost here. No, because they did swap sides. Sachaya was the Zed. Yes, was the Zed, but we haven't swapped because it was on red side. Okay, sorry about that. I will get that figured out for future. But it was Sachaya on the Zed that was able to roll off to a really, really good start. Now looking for a little bit more freedom behind there is the fact that we are going to see them on a little bit more bounce heavy. Everyone knows the Aurora. Everyone knows I can do really, really well and be able to free fire if given the opportunity to run a bound. This is what I was talking about, though. The entirety of the composition is wield your strength individually, and you can collapse in on the opponent, and you can take off with it. So it can be overwhelming, to say the least. Once again, for Q-Pick, it's not about actually grouping up. It's not about, hey, we are going to be able to, we can team fight, because you can team fight. Don't get me wrong. They can team fight if they wish. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. You can win through lanes once again. You can pick apart the opposing team and work your way. And that is going to be a worry. So, looking into this game, it is going to be a giant treat and a half. I believe we're still getting a little bit of word from everyone else. And, oh, let me double check something real quick. All right, and we're getting updates on the rest of the games as well. Looks like Team Faj was able to take down Team Alorum earlier on. 1-0 at least in game number 1, not in all the games. I didn't tell them properly. This is my fault. Oops. But they will get that going. So once again, though, if you guys do not know, this is all the information for the tournament here today. It's horribly formatted, which I don't know how to format stream elements, so my apologies on that one. But this is Raina's Kingdom's $1,000 Fearless No Ban September tournament. The third one she has put on. It has been a treat and a half. This is only day number 1, meaning tomorrow is day number 2, where we get a BO3 semifinals and a BO5 grands, and it's a treat and a half overall. It's going to be powerful. Not only that, tomorrow we will most likely have a lot of the players streaming their POVs. With that being said, I'll make sure to have all of their links hopefully below. You can tune in, you can check it out and everything like that. And really get to see how the mix goes. And hopefully have a treat and a half. That'll be up there as well. A lot of the players are also very chill. We appreciate everyone taking time out of their busy weekend and playing this tournament. And hopefully it goes even better. So we'll have some fun behind. Yes. So we will have all that completed at the end of the day. I'm very quickly double checking everything because my brain just doesn't want to work. think we're doing good on time so far. Not time. I don't know why I said time. We don't even have to worry about that. I'm an idiot. So we are good. Let's go ahead and rock on out. We will chill like some villains. In we go. Game number 2 on the horizon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited here as it is going to be Team Cupic on the blue and Team Chen 53 on the red. Show those off, and those are horribly shown, so I'll have to close that in. Obviously you can't see the names because I'm an idiot. You know what, this is gonna hurt everyone's eyes. I am so sorry, but I need the outline. It looks like dog, but you know, whatever. All right, let's go ahead and see this once again. It is Team Cupic up 1, so I can go ahead and put, I guess, like a number 1 beside their name. Actually, I could probably... we'll go ahead and do 1. There we go. So you see a little bit of infighting here. Nothing too crazy, but it's enough to warrant some worried outcomes, I should say. You never want to get too crazy with the early battles, especially against a Scion who you already understand is probably going to die most of the time. So it's like, okay, don't get too crazy. Don't worry about it too much. Just make sure to try and get some alleviated pressure in there. There we go. Not the worst in the world for my movements there. But yes, so early call. You get eyes on the Scion. Rondon is running that in the jungle, which we've seen Scion jungles do okay. But generally, they're a lot more brute force. They're the lethality Scions that we see. So, see if it works out. Retire Kled, though, on that Kled that we know and love. This is the fun of this tournament, you know? If you're playing in these, it is no ban, so you can't ban them out. It's all about, do you get your Joker card? Do you get your specific power-up card to play with? And do you win the game off of it? So right now, we are looking very highly at that Kled momentum. Already we're seeing some differences though. Turtle Epic and Alonzo getting a much better push here, as you kind of should, with a Ezreal and Nami already bouncing and kind of bullying their way to a little bit of a better lead. But the CS department is looking a little bit rough as Cupic and Lucky Fam are doing very well in balancing their HP bars. You can take a look. Lucky Fam is already down to about a quarter, but Cupic is fully healthy. No worries at that end. And they're pretty good. So we'll go ahead and watch for just a wee bit more. Chen on this Vlad, though, just trying to farm up as cleanly as possible. And you can see Sachaya getting really good trades off here. For Vladimir, in the early stages, you don't have as much healing as you would like, so it's comfortable. We are seeing this a little bit of an invade, though. Vertical jungling, of course, occurred. Biostir was roaming into the enemy side jungle. But there is a call down. Pings out, understanding that there is already a rotation, which means Rondon can't really stay here. You're slow at clearing the farm. You're a little bit worried, so you actually lose out on that red buff, which calls a rotation from Biostir. A loss of a camp is going to put Rondon a little bit further behind. And again, red buff is the crux of the matter. The fact that you deny a Scion a chance to clear the jungle a little bit faster, you're not going to hit level 6 as fast. You're not going to have that power to gank in as quick as possible. As Turtle Epic, though, looking for a chance. But that's a ghost being used as this is a trade of damage. Turtle Epic really doesn't want to be here. You are pinned against the wall, and it's a 1v1 for the ages. A miss on that W leads to first blood for Cupic and Lucky Fam. Minion blocking all the rage here, as that is first blood yet again to the Cupic squad. Actually, didn't get first blood last time. I'm so sorry. Here is the jump, though, as this is a level 4 versus level 4, and Rondon ain't gonna stay safe. Flash away as there's a flash over the Q. No decimating smash this time. Last auto to win it, and Biostir picks up a second kill for the team. Chen now gonna run interference, as that's gonna be a stab in the dark, and all of a sudden Chen can't fight this one. Remember, Biostir is so dang strong. Pool out to safety. Look at a dive underneath the tower. Biostir can't get it though, so Chen gets the freebie. What a stroke of luck, though, because Biostir decides to go a little bit too far. Even Biostir is like, dude, I probably shouldn't have dove like that. Double buffs over to Chen Chen means that you're going to have a pretty easier time farming it out. You get empowered Qs, you get ability haste on that ability too. And so you're able to just life drain away. However, you're still winning in the camp count. You're still doing really, really well for yourself. Inside that top side, though, Retired Kled now trying to run away. In comes Biostir. Biostir, no flash. White Snow does. So Retired Kled trying to dance away. Still gets stunned out. Rondon still very far away from joining on in. Here comes the Decimating Slash, but nobody knocked up. Retired Kled, no flash available. So you're getting double. What a kill! You turn it around, but it's Cupid to still hit 3. And in the 1v1 fight, White Snow is more than okay with that, because you got the rest of the team there. Action ahoy. Nice someone knock up Rondon, doing the right thing as junglers do. Holding the wave for his top laner. So do you see a lane swap coming in here? Sachaya covering on the top side, while White Snow decided to divert down towards that mid lane with the TP. Also because Sachaya, I don't think, got a singular assist in that battle. It was an assist in the mid lane earlier, but you go ahead and take that for what it is. So it's a nice little shift, a nice understanding. Dragon is up. That is a cloud to play with. Dive on in. Sachaya not going to like this one. This is a level 6 Kled who is willing to dive underneath this tower. A punch number 1 with a shotgun to the back head. Kled is going to go down. But it's still a win overall. That is what we want to see. Kled just ramping up for power, which is going to be your chase factor into the back line. You are willing to trade out that death in hopes to become stronger and stronger. With that death, you're also looking in this position of we're kind of in trouble. Mbessa, White Snow is going to go back to a lane that you're looking at a 2-kill Kled, which, yes, they died twice, but it still influences your lane a lot. And remember, Retired Kled never used charge. These are all factors that you have to take into account if White Snow wants to come out on top. That's a Tiamat versus a Warhammer, so very, very different itemization banks. Oops. Dragon, of course, up and available still for the last 2.5 minutes. Grub's coming up shortly as well. We're seeing a mix. Good Hextech flash out by Rondon. Who is going that lethality build, so we know how that works. This can be very, very destructive if you're not careful. What the call? Chen Chen trying to get a cheater recall off, but because Biostir is right there, you're able to force out, and it's going to leave Team Cupid into a way of invades. You're going to look towards that top side. Retired Kled shouldn't step up too far, but you see that cover of the darkness. It's actually Rondon that's in a really difficult spot, and maybe that was the bait. Maybe that's what they're calling down. Rondon now recognizing that they don't have red buff. Good jump in, but the unstoppable onslaught will keep you safe. Hard to think of, though, as you lose yet another red buff. This is Biostir making sure that they are confronting and in front of every mix and match. It's very, very scary to think about. White Snow, though, dancing on ahead. And remember, this is just game number 2. We could get a game number 3 on the board. There could be a lot more action across. Dragon started up though. Quiet is the name of the game. A bit of a fist fight here though. Rondon chilling out. Just trying to take this dragon. Again, dragon stacking is slow. Cloud Dragon first never feels good. I don't think anyone actually enjoys that stuff. They've been held high. There it is. Good take. But again, you lost out on the grubs on the flip side. So these little wins, these advantages are starting to claw in favor of a team that is actively chasing for an early mid-game skirmish to steamroll. The snowball is going to be cataclysmic if we continue to see Biostar, Sachaya, Cupid get these wins and get these leads. Even in the mid lane, you can see Chen getting chunked out here. Opted for those boots of, I don't even know what those call. Sorcerer's shoes. I should know that because I buy that all the time. I'm usually a Lucidity guy, so take that for what you will. But it is going to be the mix of match at the end of the day. Quick call down. I'm trying to take a look here. I don't know if you're willing to fight. Retire Kled is, though, and you're dancing. Look at that extra damage. Quickly behind. Half HP gone. Retire Kled, though, not getting the win that you thought. Even if the Bear Claw gives an extra, the Bear Tribe gives an extra previous wounds, it's not enough. You can see White Snow actually healing a decent amount from that one. But jump forward as that's a flash into ult Hemoplague underneath the tower. What a dive as Chen picks up that kill. That was the most forced battle I've ever seen, but it works. Now a chase in as Skarl is being called down. A quick chase underneath the HP bar. White Snow, though, able to dismount Kled. You're going to be okay, but in comes a fight underneath the bot side. Turtle Epic able to shift away. Polymorph comes out, and they're going to signal for Biostar to pick it up. Barrier used to slow down the fight a little bit more, but perfect aggro on the tower juggling works wonders. It's going to be held. However, on the top side, Rondon trying to get revenge. Alonso doesn't want to step into this battle. You can see it's a rush for tower plating on the top side. Kled ain't going to win this one. So it's first brick still to Team Cupid, who are looking more and more in the lead. They will get all the feats. A first tower going the way. And it leads to upgraded boots whenever they so wish. Very, very neat play overall. And it's the right response, I feel like. I had to take a little breath, a little breather to kind of think about all this. But the moment of understanding, hey, that tower dive was extremely forced by Chen and Alonso. It feels like you knew you weren't going to get another opportunity like this. You forced Sachaya into a death, and you ramp up Chen a little bit further, which is great. Kled also on the top side is winning out on these trades now. We're starting to see that Kled get a lot of extra HP. You already finished that Titanic, so you're winning on that front as well. Maybe not explosively, but enough. So the main one is this bottom side. Turtle Epic is still farming up a storm. Maybe still down 20 CS, but I mean, it was also kind of forced on the other side. You know Team Cupid were trying to hold it for their own. Looking on this top side, though, this is going to be the catch. Very nice apprehend into a follow-through. And Retired Kled shotguns the wrong direction. Granted, there's no real way out. Great slaughter on the top side, cutting that Kled off one more time. Public execution. I keep forgetting what those are called. I understand that the Noxus theme with all the champions is always execute, so makes sense. We're still seeing that build up. Kraken Slayer already completed for Cupid's side, not running that crit or anything of the sort. Still going for the on hit, which makes sense. It's a Vayne. It's what you would like to do. This is a much closer game than I expected. It's 6-4 here. First tower, 2k gold in advantage. It's definitely working. 55 seconds on Dragon. Let's see if they can make some magic happen here. And I'm really looking at Team Cupid to get here early and get a lot of those wards down. You can see Lucky Fam running around, including out some in the mid lane, but you do need to cover that Tri-Brush on the bottom side, as well as this one in the bush, which you are going to get, but you're not going to get the one on the bottom. You want to cover all your angles, mainly just to secure this dragon. It is going to be an ocean, which is not like an extended unforced or anything like that. I just want to see them take it cleanly. I want to see Cupid be able to get that lead for the flip. If you're looking at Team Chen, they haven't had a very secure win, but it does feel like they could have one here again. It's a very offensive build that we saw, but Rondon walked straight into them and said, I don't want to be here, so you are forced to use the Ensemble Onslaught, which is a huge engaged tool. And you don't get to play with that, and all of a sudden you lose the advantage. over on this dragon. Chen literally sitting on top of a ward. In goes the Kled. Charge though, as White Snow is going to eat that one in the front. Hemo Plague on 4. It's going to be enough though. Cupid is untouched. Cupid is untouched in the back line. The Vayne is free firing and does not care. Turtle Epic going to try his best. Cupid flashing away, and it's still alive. Chaya runs straight through Chen, who got no backup. And Team Chen was torn asunder. That sucks on so many different levels. And you can see it there. I hate to say it, but it looks like it might have been a ping diff. 418 ping by Chen in that battle, and it hurts to watch. That was a pivotal moment. The fact that Cupid was able to roll their way to safety untouched on the mound. I've been zoomed out so far the entire time, and I feel so bad. Maybe I'll keep it closer in favor, but Cupid, my God, 4-0-0. Looking like a beast free firing. With that win alone, it feels like this game is starting to spiral even further out of control. With that one win, you doubled your gold lead to 4K. You started snowballing those dragons as well. It's a Chemtech to play for, which is not extremely impactful, but it means these fights are even more drawn out. Take a look at the champions on the other side. You got Lucky Fam on the Lulu. You got a Vayne. You got a Viego. You got an Investa. These are all great, unique, and individually sustainable champions. Maybe not the Lulu, but the Lulu helps, right? You got individually sustaining champions that will recognize and utilize a Hex Tech or Chemtech Soul to just fight for days upon days without losing too much HP. White Snow, though, dancing on top of Chen, saying this might be the opportunity. No harm, no foul, though, as Biostir is actually in enemy territory, waiting for a chance to actually find a moment. Looks like you're not going to force your way out, so there's going to be a tower going down. Realm jump out though as Chaya just kind of getting out of harm's way. No real worry there. Main thing though is watching this bot side battle. White Snow just kind of dancing upon, but guess what? Team Cupid, they go for the major objective yet again. Is that freebie as a true shot barrage crests across the way. Good smite to deny. Total Epic though, very, very close to that one. Tire Kled though, being forced to dismount yet again. At this point, White Snow is dancing this so well. With an Eclipse only, it's there, but the public execution catches. And I don't think Kled has any chance to survive. No remount. Oh, you get at the last second. So you're able to live. We looked away for half a second, but retired Kled is safe. Now jump forward as Cupid is ready to duke it out. Redemption going down. Bubble not going to land as Cupid is diving in. This is the Vayne that we love to watch as Alonzo and Turtle Epic have to run away. TP coming in as well as retired Kled look to charge on in. But the double TP magic keeps everyone alive. The hectic scramble for the lives of their teammates will keep everyone up and available, and a quick TP to the top side as well by retired Kled saying they have no TPs. Great, I'm going to try and get some extra gold. But guess what? Sachaya is on the way up. This could still be a death. Turtle ping. That takes it. Tower down. Sachaya coming around the corner. Are you going to find that kill? Almost no HP to play with. No dismount just yet, but retired Kled can't dodge away. And this is the chase sound that you love. A little bit of healing to come up. Oh no! Oh no! Sachaya! Sachaya barely eats away a victory. My God, that was so close. You know what a Kled can do. I had goosebumps right there. Maybe that's just the Nos talking, but Cupid now getting jumped on here. No freedom to play with, no real extra. What a double bubble, though! Cupid getting shut down by Rondon. And Lucky Fam running for their lives. But guess what? Biostir is here, flashed away by the Lulu. And Bioster still wants to fight, tries to get the XP, but no! It's another bubble! Alonso, what a save! Alonso, the mad freaking lad. Let's give props where it's due. Nami to the rescue right there, keeping the carries alive. I hate and love what just went down because that bubble keeping Turtle Epic in the game and not giving a kill back. Yes, you only got assists, but that is the first time I believe in this game where we've seen an actual exchange where Team Chen Chen actively went out. White Snow gonna try and dance away, but you're not gonna get it. Chen Chen ready to dive, and that's the public execution. Not gonna get you too far. Chen Chen with the body block, and that's yet another kill. Now we get to see Chen Chen fully unlocked here. Has that Horizon focus. Has the Rabadons getting ready to be built, but in comes the extra dragon. I do not know what is happening here, but this is Team Chen Chen fighting from the absolute void of destruction. And they're making it work. Lucky Fam, no flash available, has to run away. True Shot Barrage, tagging Cupid on the back end. Only does a quarter of the HP, but the rest of the team's not coming around for the battle. Another jump back as Chaya answers out Rondon. Remember, Rondon is playing squishy, has that sword in pocket. And then has the Umbral Glaive as well. So the Yomu's Ghostblade available. Dragon is being chunked out. 4K ready to go. Rest of the team in goes Scarl, ready to chase away. Bioster jumping away on the back end, but Dragon is left to the wayside. Rest of the team needs to get there. You don't want to see it solo away. It's stolen! Bioster steals it! Why would you leave the Dragon? Why would you freaking leave the Dragon? Oh no! No, Dyson! No shot! Team Chen Chen had all rights in the world to that dragon, but you saw Bioster look, and I'm so mad at Direct to Cam because that was a perfect steal. Oh, my voice cracked, man. That did not do me any favors. Pain is all I can ask for right there. I hate everything. I hate all that. But my god, Bioster, nasty with that steal. Made sure it was all theirs. Just like that. Momentum shift right back. In goes that between worlds. But a huge heal to come out. Rest of the team is ready to help out. Alonso is going to try and hold everyone off. Looks like he may be able to dance it out, but the redemption misses. Chen Chen was willing to back away. What a catch, though, as that's going to be Cupid getting run down. What a catch behind. It's a catch to catch. As Bioster says, though, it's my turn to play. Another reset on the HP, but you grab one of the squishy characters. Turtle Epic tries to go around the way, but Lucky Fan ready with the save. So Bioster not only gets there for your reset, but gets an extra kill behind. Bring out the Ezreal, bring out the pain. Dive underneath, get that Scion. Bioster is playing out of his freaking mind right now, and there ain't nobody that can stop him. And off to the trenches they go. Otacon is available. Lucky Fam about to die, but no worries. Chewing through that Otacon HP bar. 7k left. Retired Kled saying maybe I can fight, but you're a solo Kled. You retired. You haven't fought at all. Good body block by White Snow. True Shot Barrage across the way. Snipes out the Lulu. But it ain't the Otacon that you were hoping for. It's a very small consolation prize at the end of the day. But my god, is this a dangerous game either way. Yes, Team Chen Chen might be coming into this as the 4th seed, but they're making it spicy.
Leave no stone unbroken.
The voice is giving out. but it's for the love of the game, and I'll do it every single time. We're breaking into that 25th minute. And surprisingly enough, the game doesn't feel too far gone. However, it just feels like that because it really doesn't feel like Team Cupic are actively pushing at all. They're going at a kind of leisurely pace. They really are just kind of hunting for the kills more often than not, as that's going to be a snipe and a half. Good flash away by Bioster as this kind of happens on repeat. It feels like a quick onslaught, though, is going to be tailing Bioster at the very end. Around the corner, though, inside that mid lane, you can see Retired Clay going, I want a piece of that pie, but it's not going to happen. Baron now up and spawned. I mean, I could foresee this going absolutely 15 ways to Sunday. But now it's a 5K lead. Viewers at home, we appreciate y'all watching because Raina's Kingdoms September tournament, we could be seeing our first semi-finalists. As the Baron is now started up here, it's going to be a 4v4. TP available for Retired Kled. If you wish to get in the mix, you can. Public execution on the far end, though, as White Snow is running interference. Quick TPs abound. TP for Team Chen Chen in the mid lane. And everyone peels off this Baron. Oh, I don't know about this charge, though. Everyone has to follow through. Everyone scatters to the absolute winds. And what a chunk! Sachaya decimates Chen Chen's HP bar, and now you gotta run. Guess what? Cupid's ready for the battle, though. A flash forward, as that's a huge heal. And Chen Chen's going straight to the back line. Ping be damned, you're good to go. But guess what? Bioster stirs up trouble. An annihilation of 2 and more to come. Damage abound. Your heart is broken in more ways than one. Turtle Epic on the wrong side of the map. Bioster leaving nothing to waste, chewing even the bone. Sachaya finishes off the ace, and it's Team Cupic to bring about pain and gain as they ace Team Chen Chen. A secure of death. A secure of glory. A secure of the wheel that they have been hanging on to for the entire game, nay, series here today. We get to see Team Cupic once again running the show. Minutes. Poor Lucky Fan, the recipient of a chop to the body. And a public execution. Are you serious, White Snow? White Snow more than willing to bring this fight out ASAP as Cupic dives straight into the back line, but knocks up into the mix. Good stun into the wall, though. The condemn is perfect as Sachaya comes around the wall. I thought the fight was coming, but I didn't think it was going to come this quickly. It's a triple for Sachaya, and it's an ace for Team Cupic once again. They rule the rift in more ways than one. White Snow pulls the trigger. And that will be the game. Team Cupic, the first seed from their group. We wanted to give eyes to Team Chen Chen, but they ran into a very stiff opponent. It is GG's abound, as this is your first semifinalist team, Team Cupic. Move on. Wonderful job coming out from Team Cupic there. Team Chen Chen, they fought with the best of them, though. It was a closer game than it seemed. You could see where some of the fights were rolling in their way, but to overcome some of those fear points, to overcome the likes of the Scion, the Nami, and all, Alonzo was playing out of their mind. Cupic's willingness to roll into the onslaught and say, I am just one of many carries, is what made that game so good. Team Cupic showing they got the hands to duke it out and are willing to take it to the extreme. That being said, It is a done deal here. It is day 1 completed of Raina's tournament, the Raina's Kingdom tournament, September 2025. $1,000 Fearless No Ban tournament. Day number 2 will be headed your way tomorrow, Sunday, same time, same place. It is going to start at 1 p.m. PT, which is 3 p.m. CT, which is 4 p.m. ET, and you will want to watch it all. So make sure to tune in there. JJ, who won the last game? It was Team Cupid, destructive value in there. So they went ahead and took that one. So they took the series 2-0 over Team Chen Chen. Yeah. Eyes out, though. If you want to see more, please go ahead and join in the Discord. Get in on the fun. There are going to be more tournaments in the future. Tomorrow will be a full production crew as well, so you won't have this kind of lackluster area. As much as I love my home here on my stream, we will have an actual production, a full crew, and all of the fun. With that being said, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. We will see you all next time for more League of Legends action here with Raina's Kingdoms tournament. Thank you all for tuning in. See ya all tomorrow.